Welcome back, everyone, to Tales of Praxis. I'm Aaron Suduko, the founder of With the Terrible Fate, and I am here with my inimitable friend and colleague, Matt McGill, who has no idea what he's gotten himself into. He was planning to come and visit me for a long weekend in Colorado, which is long overdue, and I said, hey, Matt, you know what I'm doing on Friday. I usually sit down and play through this JRPG that we've been working on for weeks and weeks and weeks, which is the sequel of another one. I don't have to do that if you want to just hang out, or I can try to catch you up on like 60 hours of very complicated story and have you dive in and we can go on a 3-hour adventure together. And like any normal human, Matt said,
yes. That sounds great.
So that's about the size of it. Matt is very smart, as you can tell. He's,
I make good decisions.
Yeah, the kinds of decisions that get you the doctorate he recently acquired from Harvard University. And you can only get that kind of thing if you make decisions as good as this. So he's consistent, if nothing else.
All right.
Now, Matt, I know that you're somewhat of a newcomer to the stream, even though you're an old hat when it comes to With the Terrible Fate.
I am old.
Very old, and one of the oldest contributors with some great articles and interviews and many other amazing things. So, know a lot about video games.
2014 or 15?
That sounds right. Yeah, right around when we started.
The Soma article?
Yeah, a great article. I think I've actually talked about it on the stream before because Soma came up the other week, and I was explaining how this guy got me into it through all of his cool scientific thinking about the various science fiction in Soma.
AI taking over the world.
I know. You could almost do an update now with all the new AI.
We essentially predicted the metaverse.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know.
Okay. That was such a provocative thing to say. I was hoping we had more attached to it. Well, we'll get there.
I mean, I guess you could say something about what was it called? Oh God, it's been so the Ark.
Yeah,
was the Ark like the virtual world that they were all trying to upload
they
their
uploaded their
consciousness
consciousness
onto?
to at the end of the story.
Is that what we all want the metaverse to be now? Now that we just want it to live in a virtual world so that we don't have to interact with people face to face?
I think that is a depressingly good model for it. And honestly, I think if a lot of people thinking about stuff like the metaverse played more horror video games, they would maybe take pause in a way that they don't right now.
Stop investing.
What I wanted to ask you was, I know we've sort of peripherally talked about this in the past, but I don't know that I've ever asked you point blank if you have really any background in JRPGs.
Does Pokemon count?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Then yes.
We could. There might be some interesting.
Is that a debate?
Yeah.
Would people start yelling at each other about
that? I was curious about it because I think some people would say, Pokemon is its own thing and doesn't count as a JRPG, but I know Dan, who's doing the audio series on Pokemon, definitely thinks of it as a JRPG, and I think it has a lot of the same tropes.
Yeah.
So, you want to be the very best. You amass your team. You have to go out, adventure in the world, learn something about yourself along the way. I mean, I think a lot of that is part and parcel of what it is to play a JRPG.
There's probably story aspects that it doesn't gel with in terms of a lot of the tropes that you get in JRPGs, from what I know generally from your writing and presentations.
I think you get some more, flavorful and specific tropes in other JRPGs that don't always come up in Pokemon, and I think something that JRPGs are kind of infamous for, at least among people who don't play them, that doesn't come up as much in Pokemon, is just very complicated stories, as we will see in this one that we're going to work on. But yeah, Pokemon, has a lot going on, has a lot of the same themes, but I think a lot of people celebrate it because it is more simple and accessible than something like your JRPG.
It's much more accessible. And then the only time, Black and White, that they tried to do some kind of iota of a story, and everyone was like, this is insane. And you're like, it's got some substance to it, but it's not like breaking the world apart. I don't know.
Was that the one where they they bring together multiple timelines of different Pokemon villains, or am I think that was
the Black and White one is the one. Maybe I'm not sure if we're gonna get flamed, but there is the one where there was people who are uprising against what should we be using Pokemon for?
Oh, that is Black and White. Dan was telling me
okay.
about this. Yeah.
And I remember that I think it was just the take and the ideas. We were I'm glad that someone said this finally in a Pokemon game, because clearly, it's kind of screwy when you think about catching wild animals and then making them fight each other.
Yeah, because it was all about the challenge of like, isn't that sort of enslavement or like an abuse?
But then,
of
like,
these
wasn't
different
it that
species, right?
the people who were talking about the uprising kind of in the background were essentially doing the same screwed up stuff in their own way?
Well, because it was the Team Rocket analog, I think, which
Yeah.
sort of makes the villains more sinister because they're trying to like abuse sort of the moral compass of people in order to just achieve their own ends. Like,
Okay, I'll eat my words. It was trying to do something there, as well as
It
a
tried.
Pokemon game can.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
should get you and Dan talking about this stuff because I think you would have an interesting debate with them about it.
I love Pokemon games, so to bring it all back,
Yes.
JRPG experience, barely, in the Pokemon world, and Paper Mario
Paper Mario counts.
is an RPG, definitely RPG style.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I've played Earthbound before. I've
Yeah.
touched on the
So you've
RPG
dabbled.
genre. I don't think I've like often killed God though.
No, but I mean, we've talked about and you've written about the 1,000-Year Door before. And
That's
I mean,
a great game.
even within the purview of Paper Mario, like that is a JRPG game through and through.
It does
so.
go through a ton of twists and turns.
Yeah.
I will say.
And it has a lot of the tropes. That's a good question, Jake, and thank you for joining the stream. Is mayonnaise a JRPG? Or an RPG more broadly? We'll have to find that out. And
I want
Horseradish too.
Jake to play 1,000-Year Door. I was telling him before that he needs to play it, and he said maybe.
It's a great game.
He's too busy playing
amazing.
Forza constantly. Isn't that right, Jake?
That has a little less of a story, I think.
I don't
we-
think it
we
does.
can
It
all
have a
agree
story.
on.
Vroom vroom.
Yeah, it's the story of how you're racing. I mean, that's still technically a story,
Okay,
right?
I'll give you that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the more I'm thinking about 1,000-Year Door, also, like, it does have more of the standard tropes, right? Like, I don't even remember all the plot beats now, but I remember being blown away at a lot of the things that you get in a JRPG with, like, oh, the scope of the world explodes to
It does,
dimensions you
especially
never
at the
expected.
end. Yeah.
That's very JRPG. So you're not coming into this totally blind.
No,
which is
but
good.
I'm looking at the screen right now, and I'm like, oh no.
It's a lot of user interface that you're maybe not familiar with. Although, starting out with the entry point of Pokemon is a good way to segue into this JRPG because, as you might be able to tell from this interface, there's a lot of like monster collection going on, which is not typical for Bandai Namco's JRPGs, this Tales series of which this is a part. But in this, a big part of it is collecting and befriending and adding to your party the various monsters that you encounter throughout the world.
Okay.
So you have a model for that.
I have some kind of an internal model.
Good. So I was teasing on the stream last time that this is an especially hilarious and wonderful time for you to be coming on board because
Ready?
I'm expecting in this next stream we're going to hit some major plot points and reveals that you're going to have all the context in the world for because it's in like the second going on third act of the sequel to another JRPG which you've never played, the original Tales of Symphonia.
Yeah,
And
I
so
love that one.
My job, which I'm getting at least experienced in, whether or not I'm getting adept at it is another question, is to prime you with the background that you need before we dive into this and play it. So I'm going to give you a little synopsis of about 60 hours of JRPG, and it's all going to make perfect sense.
I'm gonna time you.
You'll totally understand. Okay, we're going to do a timer. Let's do a timer.
I think we should do a timer.
Okay,
I don't know how to put it on the stream, but I'm just gonna have it up.
that's good enough for me. Are you going to give me a time limit, or
You have 3 minutes to explain 60 hours of gameplay.
3 minutes? Okay, fine,
Could you
let's
do
it.
that?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
But I'll cram in as much as I can.
Want me to give you like 3.5 minutes?
3.5 minutes. Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah, but I'm gonna take out my phone too so that I can track the time as well.
Okay.
This is good. I've never done it on a time challenge before, and we're further in the story than the last time I've done this, so this will be a wonderful challenge. And then everyone can feel free to interweave in the chat, giving me crap for all of the stuff that I've missed. But hopefully,
To start off, a happy Cinco de Mayo.
yes, happy Cinco de Mayo to all those who observe.
This is tequila, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, tequila. No, not even if you paid me. All right, I'm going to start. We'll do a
right.
3, 2, 1 countdown.
All right,
and we'll
you
start
can count
these timers.
yourself down.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Tales of Symphonia. You come in, it's your traditional journey of we have to save the world, everything is going wrong in it. There's a dearth of mana, so there's not a lot of energy. There are these half-elves called Desians who oppress people, literally farm them in what are called human ranches that induce a lot of suffering, basically for the purpose of developing these sort of augmentative gems that people use to enhance their powers called X-spheres. Those are developed by being bonded onto humans and stimulating human suffering. So like that's the purpose of the ranches.
Bad.
Yes.
Okay.
Very similar to like concentration camp type vibes. You go on this journey to try to restore the order of the world. There's a literal chosen one who's one of the members of your party. It seems like what you need to do is open these seals that correspond to different elements of mana in order to basically regenerate the world's mana supply and save them from the Desians. Turns out that was a totally fake journey. It was architected by these evil half-elves called Crucius. They were masquerading basically as angels and this world religion, but the goal was actually the original world had been split into two 4,000 years ago in order to basically prevent society from developing too far by limiting the resources between the worlds. So the worlds have this kind of waxing and waning relationship of an hourglass where one is always flourishing and the other is always in this kind of fallow state that we found the original world at the start of the game. And this journey of regeneration isn't to save the world, it's actually just to flip the balance in between the worlds.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
We find this out, we discover party members from the other worlds, so they give us the perspective on the flourishing worlds. We get this idea of like, oh, what if it's possible to save both worlds as opposed to just flipping this balance back and forth? We try to do that a number of ways. Many of them fail in spectacular ways. We ultimately figure out the guy who was behind splitting the world in the first place is this half-elf named Mythos, who's still around in present day because he's been able to extend his lifespan quite a bit. He not only split up the worlds in order to try to prevent war, he also basically sealed his sister's sick soul away because she was dying of a sickness, but he wanted to try to find a way to reconstitute her. So part of this journey of regeneration that he's imposed upon the world is also to try to develop a new vessel to house his sister's soul.
Okay.
His sister comes back at one point after Mythos basically succeeds and is like, you have created a world that is rife with discrimination when discrimination was the one thing that we were trying to solve. I didn't want this. This causes Mythos to basically lose his mind and try to jettison himself and half-elves away from the world, taking with him the comet that they originally came from. That's the source for all of the mana in both of the worlds.
That would be
the party ends up defeating him. They're able to use pacts with the same summon spirits that Mythos basically abused in order to split the world in two, to then bring the world back together. The world is unified. That's the end of the first game. I have 25 seconds. In this game, it's 2 years later. We've found the world. It's all back together, but everything's wrong with it because there are a bunch of prejudices between the people who came from the flourishing world and their society is much more developed versus people from the ailing world who are less developed. Lots of prejudices. We're going on a journey to revive Ratatosk, who is the summon spirit, who is the master of monsters.
And time.
Wow, that was such an underwhelming synopsis.
Would you like an extra minute, or should we just now? I mean, I feel like I have
we
some
were able to get
background.
most of the plot beats of the first game. I think I'll tell you a little bit more about this game just for us to have
I'll
context.
give you 1 more minute.
Okay.
minute.
I'll do my best. So we have two main characters in this game, Emil and Marta, whom you haven't met yet. Marta was originally part of this group called the Vanguard, which was put together by people from Silverant, the ailing, diminishing world in the original game, because they're being oppressed by people from Tetheala, the world that was originally flourishing. The Vanguard is this kind of Silveranti liberation front, basically trying to, through violent means and subterfuge and all of these sorts of sinister means, basically get respect and sort of change the tide of how Silverantis are treated in the world.
Okay.
Marta was part of this group. We learned that her father is actually the leader of the group in the most recent stream. but she defected because she didn't agree with their goals of trying to basically bring back this ancient Silveron dynasty of dominance throughout the world. She stole the core that basically houses the spirit of the summoned spirit Ratatosk, who is the god of all the monsters. Ratatosk, we've discovered, has been asleep since ancient times in the world, and because he controls all of the mana in the world by governing these different centurions that are basically spirits in charge of monsters corresponding to different elements. So because he's asleep, all of the world's like natural forces are out of balance. So we have deserts that have frozen over, we have lakes that have dried up, stuff like that. And so Marta's on a journey to awaken Ratatosk. In order to do that, she needs to get all of the cores of the different centurions whom he governs and wake those up. So she's been trying to collect all of those. Emil has kind of been roped into helping her. They thought they knew each other from way back when Marta survived this attack that laid waste to this town, Palmacosta, and Emil seemed to have saved her from that. They found each other years later when Marta was starting out on this journey, and Emil basically, in order to save her from being hunted down by this mysterious guy called Richter, who wanted to kill her and destroy Ratatosk because he believes that Ratatosk is this demon lord that's going to destroy the world if he wakes up. Emil, in order to save Marta, made a pact with Ratatosk to basically become a knight of Ratatosk, which gave him all these special powers. It also gave him this kind of like different personality. Have you seen any of Yu-Gi-Oh? Can I speak Yu-Gi-Oh to you?
I've seen some Yu-Gi-Oh.
You know how the premise is like Yugi has the soul of the pharaoh inside him, and so he kind of changes this whole perspective when he duels other people. Same kind of thing, right? Emil goes into battle, he goes into what they call Ratatosk mode, where like
I understand.
The typical Emil is very like weak and wimpy and docile. Ratatosk mode Emil is aggro and very assertive, has different colored eyes, and as we've seen throughout the game, it's not always just in battle, but sometimes also he'll like, whenever he gets angry or indignant in interactions, he'll go into Ratatosk mode and kind of confront other people. They have been okay. Another important thing is, as they've been going through the world, I know you can't fucking do that in 2.5 minutes. One JRPG, but
we're
not
over
two.
time.
So, but we're at about double time, and we're about done with the second JRPG.
Oh no,
so
I'm
at least
having
it's
fun.
consistent.
Can I say one thing?
Yes,
that's
but make
been
it
on my
quick
mind?
because I'm still on a clock.
Oh, I'll say it very, very slowly then.
Oh no!
It was really funny to have this music playing in the background, and you're like, okay, so concentration camps, and I was like, shit.
Tonal friction. Yeah.
wait, finish up.
The party, as they've been going through this world and collecting the Centurion cores, have also met and interacted with all of the characters from the first game who were in your party.
All right.
And one thing that's been this kind of constant source of tension is it seemed like the main hero from the first game, this guy named Lloyd, who was one of the first characters you met and best friends with the Chosen One of Silveron, because there's a Chosen One for both of the worlds. He ultimately was revealed as like the great hero who used his unique abilities to reunite the world, and he was just this sort of beacon of justice and a moral compass in the first game. From like the very first scene in this follow-up 2 years later, he's cast as a villain who appears to be like laying waste to towns and stealing and collecting the Centurion cores for his own purposes. And we learned in, I think, literally just the last stream, because all of the plot twists are now starting to happen, that wasn't all Lloyd. There is also a character who's part of that Vanguard organization I mentioned of antagonists who has the ability to shapeshift. And so part of what he's been doing in order to basically like sow rebellion and undermine the Church of Martel, which is like the leading religious organization that has authoritarian control over the world, and try to put the Vanguard in a position to seize power, is he's been disguising himself as Lloyd and doing things like attacking the town of Palmacosta and attacking these other places and like killing people in a way that Lloyd never would. So the real Lloyd does seem to be collecting the Centurion's cores for reasons that he won't reveal to anyone else, and he's being really cagey about that, but he's not just like, committing genocide in the way that does not comport with what the player of the first game knows about Lloyd. Trying to think. What else?
I think we're probably at my information overload.
Yeah, I think that's about right. The only other thing that I think will probably be relevant in this stream, and so I'll tell you this, is so one of the things that has been sort of suspicious about Emil is the dude seems to have a very vague recollection of his past and things that he should definitely know about. and it's not totally clear what the relationship is between like the kid who started the game and decided to go along with Marta and whatever this Ratatosk mode is that seems to be a very different personality. And now, as we've been going to this most recent town of Sybak, which is like an Imperial Research Institute, in order to try to get access to the next dungeon where the next Centurion's Core is, people have started to recognize Emil, but as someone who is not Emil, so they've been calling him ASTER, and they're saying like, man, you look like you could be this guy's twin, but there's no way that you could be him because he died a while ago when he went on this mission to find Ratatosk.
Huh?
Yeah.
All right.
So, good?
You know, I'm going to try
Everything's
my best.
clear as mud, right?
Everything's so clear. No, I mean, like, I think the thing that's most important that I gleaned out of that is, like, general atmosphere and setting. Oh, okay, Jake has a question.
Go, Jake, please, ask.
Go.
Yes, if anyone else is playing catch-up on the games, this is a good time to try to get general background before we dive in. Does it also play out in
Diverse
game
parties.
mechanics? That is a really interesting and probative question, Jake. I would say yes. I think that's one of the parts of especially the first game that's really interesting, is that it brings together party members who are from the different worlds. There's discrimination across the worlds of Silveron and Tetheala, and also discrimination across races, because you have humans and elves and half-elves who are kind of caught in the middle and hated by people on both sides of the equation, and you have humans and half-elves and Tethealans and Silveranti in your party, and the game does cool things like the particular relationships between party members do correspond to things that happen in battle. For instance, right, one of the characters whom I really appreciate the most, this guy named Regal, is this nobleman who, like, one of his servants fell in love with him and they were going to get married, and then through these sort of grotesque human experiments that people were doing to try to develop X-spheres, the servant ended up becoming mutated into this monster, and Regal had to kill her. Turns out the servant was also the sister of a girl you meet who ends up also joining your party, and so there are a lot of tensions between the girl Presea and Regal, but they're ultimately able to basically come together over their mutual love for Alicia, the servant, and sort of develop a very close bond exactly because of that. And so if you have them both in battle together, you can actually get a certain skill for Regal that is called Guilt, and that basically boosts his stats as sort of like an in-game way for him to try to like redeem himself and atone for his sins.
That's kind of cool.
So yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that that I think makes these games really interesting and rewarding to play as narrative experiences. Good. That was a great question.
That was a very
Thank
good
you for asking about that. The flow of this, by the way, is like, it's semi-co-op in the sense that like as we navigate the world, I'll be guiding things, but then as we get into battle, there'll be like a character you can control, which will be Marta once she rejoins our party. Emil went to like sleep off all of his psychosis that he's been having in the inn for the night.
I do that.
Yeah, I do that, you know, every other day. So, but once she rejoins the party, then basically battle is co-op in the sense that, you know, we'll both be controlling a character as we go through.
Oh, don't worry. I'm going to be really good at it.
I believe it. Yeah. It's, I mean, for people who don't know, Matt is a master of Smash Bros, and this is basically just a Smash Bros
Can you wave dash?
Can you wave dash? What was that joke we made the other night? How do you wave dash in Call of Duty? Yeah, that was pretty good. You're welcome, Jake. Thank you for asking. It was a good question.
It was a good question. Thank you, Jake.
All right. So without further ado, and I would be insulted if you didn't ask me many, you know, probative and clarificatory questions as we get into this further.
I will definitely be asking questions as we go along.
Good. This is Emil, by the way. So
I think I gathered that part.
Listen, I don't know. You said you were reaching information overload, so I didn't want you to have like
I have a
mental
small
break.
brain.
That's not true.
It can only hold so much.
The opposite of that is true. Yeah, so the natural imbalance in this area
is like electricity everywhere.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool.
Lightning randomly falling all the time.
Emil isn't
There's
Emil?
Marta.
That's Marta, yes, and that's Regal on the left.
Emil isn't Emil. I understand what
So
that
see,
means.
yeah, because I remembered enough to port the right information into that ample-sized brain of yours.
Hey.
And then the girl on the right is Sheena, who is another original party member and someone from Tetheala who's been coming along with this on this journey too.
You just have to keep up with my speed of drinking because that will make me forget. It's like a sliding window.
Wait, is that the goal or is that what we're trying to avoid?
I don't know.
I feel like we're working at cross purposes here.
At the very least, that's what Rain believes. She said as much in the letter she wrote me.
So Rain is like Lloyd's teacher and another one of the original party members, and she's also sort of like the resident professor and intellectual. So as soon as she like met Emil and saw this Ratatosk mode he goes into, she got very curious about that. It didn't reveal what she was thinking, but she gave a letter to Regal basically telling him things that she didn't want to share with anyone else at the time.
Be like, I saw this.
Yes.
Okay.
I've been observing him for a while, and I believe his Ratatosk mode cannot be fully explained by possession alone.
Yeah, so the working theory of how the party has like made sense of this so far
Is
that
it a part of him is Ratatosk?
not even that, but that he kind of like gets possessed by or channels the spirit of Ratatosk whenever like he goes into this Ratatosk mode in battle.
But how would that be when he's saying cannot be fully explained by possession alone?
Right.
Isn't what you said kind of already possession alone? Or like the fact that he can do it? Is that
Right,
the
no,
idea?
so what I'm saying is that possession alone, in that sense of being possessed by Ratatosk, is what everyone has thought of to make sense of this mode so far. So like this is now they're sort of challenging that and pushing it further.
I think Regal may be right. We once witnessed one of our friends being possessed.
In the first
When
game.
Emil's
Okay.
in Ratatosk mode, he's being possessed by Ratatosk's power, right?
Probably. Sheena.
But it
Allegedly.
sure lasts a long time for a mere possession, and he recalls those periods as part of his own memories.
I like this too because
That's a cool little bit at the end.
Yeah, and one of the things that we've kind of been griping on earlier in this game is it seems like it has sort of a what's the right word? Kind of like a fair weather memory for things that happened in the first game. Like it doesn't sort of remember or integrate in its story everything that's going on. But one of the things that's happening now in the later game is a lot of the stuff that we noticed earlier that it didn't really mention is now being brought up. So things like the fact that, oh, we think Emil is being possessed, but we actually have a model for what possession looks like in this world based on stuff that happened in the first game.
Okay, because there's
So
going to
now
be
we're
like, what
gonna
is the
compare
precedent for it sure lasts a long time? Because,
Yeah.
you know,
those. Yeah, because
I've seen a lot of demonic possession movies, and like that shit can last for a long time.
But we have a very like a vivid, not just a model for possession, but a centerpiece of the climax of the first game is you have this sort of dynamic relationship system where based on the choices you make, the main character Lloyd develops bonds differently with the other characters, and whoever becomes his best friend ends up being like possessed by Mythos, the main villain, in order to try to advance his ends. And it's like a very forceful and temporary thing in a way that looks totally different from what's happening here.
I gotcha. And the memories part.
But
Yes,
recently, it
yeah, I
seems
like
like he
that.
doesn't remember what happens while he's in Ratatosk mode.
Yeah, he's been kind of losing time in a way that he didn't earlier.
In our experience, the possessed party is aware they are being possessed. However, here, Emil perceives the possession as a part of him, and recently he has no memory of the incident.
Because it just seems continuous or something?
Yeah, like it's like originally it was very much just like we could tell it was different behavior patterns, but Emil had
It's like
that
a
continuity
distinct
of memory.
event.
Yeah, now it's like Ratatosk mode will show up and act much more overtly like a different person, both inside and outside of battle. And then when he leaves, Emil is like he has a memory of where they were like 3 hours ago, and he's like, how did we get here? What were we doing?
This is just as Rain predicted.
What exactly did she say?
Rain's hypothesis is that the real Emil is suffering from a form of amnesia. She theorizes that the Emil we know is an invention of his mind, created to fill in the holes of his missing memories.
I don't see how that's possible. His aunt and uncle recognized him as their nephew.
That puzzles me as well. But Rain believes that his real self lies dormant along with his memories. She suspects that perhaps his pact with Ratatosk stimulated his mind, unlocking this inactive portion. Otherwise, I see no reason why his personality would dramatically transform simply from borrowing Ratatosk's power.
Yeah, so I heard all of that.
Hey guys!
What's up?
What are you guys talking about? Who's Ratatosk?
person I am now is a fake?
You heard us.
Regal!
That's not exactly right. You're Emil as well. But your personality was created as a way to face society after you lost your memory.
So you're kind of constructed.
So-
But we're all kind of
what?
constructed, right?
Wasn't he just saying that might be correct, and now he's just saying to his goddamn face that he's like, you just...
What am I?
This is nothing more than my own hypothesis. Rain might disagree with this, but perhaps this person named Aster is actually you.
The researcher that everyone's been recognizing him as in this town?
I'm Emil. Aster is supposed to be dead.
It's a good question.
Do you know what it is?
No.
Oh, okay,
Could this
okay.
be why I remember getting killed by Richter? Because I'm actually Aster?
Yeah, so Richter was this, we'll see him, but the guy who was trying to kill Marta in the first place, and Emil, when he's been like going to sleep or passing out at various points in the game, has had these like vivid, dreamlike sequences of Richter like killing him.
Okay.
And we also learned last time that Richter and Aster were best friends, but for reasons that we don't totally know yet, Richter ended up killing Aster.
An important question.
That's right.
Richter.
They told us
Is
Director
that the
Schneider's
scale?
back in the city.
No, no connection with the scale.
Okay, just checking.
It's a good question though.
That was important.
Let's go to the research academy and hear what he has to say, okay?
But Marta,
We can't just leave you like this.
Marta's right. And there's something else you should know.
Jesus.
Regal's reason for saying all that wasn't so he could call you a fake. He brought it up because he's worried that you'll disappear entirely.
Good one, Jake.
Here, let me make it better.
Right.
Just-
Seriously.
The you are now is important to us. To me, Regal, Rain, to all of us.
That's interesting too. I hadn't made this connection, but like the erasure of the self or like losing the totality of who you are is definitely, I guess, a motif through a lot of JRPGs, but it comes up a lot in these Tales of games.
Okay.
thank you.
I am sorry for bringing all of this up.
Please don't apologize. I want to know what's going on inside me more than anyone. Let's go to the research academy.
All right.
All right, everybody back.
Everybody's here.
Everyone's here. I'll set up, make sure Marta can be controlled by you before we go on.
I'm Marta, dancing swallow.
There we go. Awesome.
She got a bird thing for birds.
I think a lot of the arts are actually sort of bird evocative. I don't
Hell
know
yeah.
why. A lot of them are kind of airborne. Maybe that's it. So once we're in battle, you can sort of map those skills, and I'll talk you through the battle
I'll
controls.
figure it out. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna press buttons.
Yeah. You are the healer, so it's kind of important for you to understand a little bit, but
I'm the support.
it's okay.
Oh my god, Jake. Richter. I hardly know her. Jesus. Alright. That's quite the door for the
Oh yeah. This was also so it's not the case anymore, but back when the worlds were split and this town was in Tetheala was like super discriminatory towards half-elves to the point that many of them were literally imprisoned in the basement here and made to
Question,
just
though.
do
Didn't-
research.
Didn't the half-elves like try to like yeet everyone?
No, so this was one of the sort of the challenges and nuances of the game because like some of the half-elves basically, you know, had this plan to undermine and control the world basically in a reactive way to the prejudices that they were facing, but then there were a lot of half-elves who were just, you know, like people who happened to be of that
Just-
race,
yeah.
but were not necessarily like Desians or members of Crucius or part of that whole authoritarian scheme. Kind of just got caught in the crossfire.
That's how my mice probably felt.
Well, I was going to make the joke about how you probably felt locked up in a lab the way that the half-elves did.
Yeah, I mean,
Research
a little bit of
Institute.
that too. I mean, I worked up until the last month in a room that had no windows,
Yeah.
and it was like dark switched.
Matt just finished a neuro PhD, for those who don't know, if we didn't mention that already. So he probably has direct experience with the imprisoned aspects of research life.
My mind is imprisoned, and yes, Jake, the
Yes,
other
it
half
is
is a human half.
Not a dumb question at all. Yes, it is half human and half elf. Exactly
so,
that.
humelf.
So it's, I think the totality of races that we have to think about in this world are human, elf, half-elf. There are dwarves, which are kind of artisans and have, you know, specific technical knowledge and crafts that no one else does. And then summon spirits, they're kind of like the elemental spirits, and the centurions that we talked about who like control monsters and sort of adjudicate the balance of the world in collaboration with the summon spirit Ratatosk.
Terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting. Now, you wish to enter the Temple of Lightning?
It's where the next Centurion Corps is.
All right.
And he'd been conducting research there, so it had been sealed off, which is what led them here to basically speak with him about being led into it.
Okay.
Yes, and there's something else we'd like to ask you.
What can you tell us about the person named Aster? And Richter as well.
Aha! I knew you and Aster were related the moment I saw you. So, are you his brother?
I wish I could tell you, dude.
No. You see... Quite an interesting tale indeed.
He told that really fast.
I know,
A
right?
lot better than you.
Why didn't I have the whole like blackout total
Yeah, why
explanation?
we
I was
have just
talking
done
to
a
you.
blackout.
Okay, Matt, you see. Oh
my God.
That makes sense. Wow. What a
You
cohesive
may very
tale.
well be Aster. You certainly look enough like him.
Reincarnated?
Interesting. We haven't had that in this universe.
Did you
so
meet your
far.
relatives in Lewin when you were young?
Yeah, so they're talking about relatives in Lewin and his aunt and uncle. The other thing was that, based on that first scene we got in the game of like Palmacosta being destroyed, it also appeared as if Emil's parents had been killed in that, and then he was sent to live with his aunt and uncle in this town called Lewin. So that's what they're talking about.
Right.
And they seem to have an understanding that he was Emil, which sort of puts pressure against this theory of Emil not being a real person.
No, I met them for the first time after Palmacosta was attacked.
Then it's certainly possible that Aster took on your name and identity somewhere along the line.
But isn't Emil too young to have been a researcher here?
Aster began conducting research at our facilities when he was 9 years old.
Wow.
Very
Same.
astute child.
He was brilliant. It was hard to believe he wasn't a half-elf. If he was still
Do
alive,
half-elves
he'd
look
be
more
18.
like humans or
Emil,
elves?
how old are you?
Or
Part of it is that they can kind of, like biracial people sort of pass for either, right? So
okay.
They have longer lifespans. They kind of have some of the facility for magic and mana that elves do, but they look much more human than.
wait, so he got
ordinary
murdered
elves
when
do.
he was like a child?
Yeah,
Supposedly.
seems that way. If the story is reflective of reality.
I'm 16, but if I really did lose my memory,
I could
Right.
be 50.
You wouldn't know how old you actually are.
What did Aster research when he was here?
He was originally studying summon spirits. I believe you may have met him in Meltokyo's elemental research laboratory.
I knew I recognized Emil from somewhere.
While studying the relevance of summon spirits and the environment, he theorized monsters regulate the world's mana levels.
And so this is kind of interesting too, because again, talking about stuff from the first game that hadn't made it in yet, we had this model and idea that sort of summon spirits control the flow of mana in the world, and monsters weren't really brought up as a topic relevant to that at all in the first game. And so there's kind of this question of, okay, how do monsters and centurions relate to the idea of summon spirits?
Yes.
Which hadn't really been addressed at all yet in this game, but now we have this idea of, well, maybe it hadn't been addressed because that research hadn't been done yet, or the protagonist of this game was actually actively working on it at the time.
To prove this, he set out to perform a field test with a summoned spirit called Ratatosk. That was roughly 2 years ago.
Yes, Jake, they do have pointy ears.
Pointy ears.
Yes, sorry to have missed that.
and Richter went along too?
Correct. Richter was a half-elf who worked here.
Oh, wow.
He and Aster got along
Things are
quite
opening
well,
up.
Yep.
even collaborating
Quite
in their
quickly.
research. The two left town to conduct the test together.
So what happened?
I don't know the details. Richter told us that Aster had died, and he subsequently left the research academy.
Is there any way to find
Suspicious.
out whether Emil and Aster are the same person?
A researcher named Relina is currently at the Temple of Lightning.
So,
She started working here at the same time as Aster.
so is there an idea that he's just Aster, who's lost his memory? Is that the, like,
It
going
seems like that might be
hypothesis?
what they're thinking about.
Okay.
Yeah, like if Aster didn't really die, but he underwent some trauma that, caused him to lose his sense of self.
I
Maybe
gotcha.
he constituted this identity as a kind of like shield or just way of coping with the world.
And never wanting to remember what happened?
Yeah, kind of seems that way.
Okay.
She and Aster were close friends. She also knows quite a bit about Ratatosk. I'll give you a letter of passage to go inside the temple. Go and see her.
Are you sure? It seems like you've been really strict about who you'll let inside.
Lately, we've had an unusual number of lightning storms around here,
and it seems the temple might be the source of it.
That's in the name.
Oh, why didn't we think to look
figure
there
that one
before?
out?
Oh, that is the kind of inferential reasoning for which I rely on you.
That's
What's
why I'm
more,
here.
the dimensional boundary in part of the temple has become warped.
Dimensional boundary?
Yeah, that's new. We don't know anything
Same,
about that.
Sheena.
Yeah, tell us more.
How should I put this? This world and another world are
Oh, is that-
starting to mix.
What you already told me?
No, so this would be
Okay.
another world that we're learning about for the first time, because at the end of the first game, the two worlds of Tetheala and Silverant were reunified into the world that we're in now. So now it seems like maybe there's even a different world in play.
The detailed explanation is far too complicated, so that will have to do.
Come on,
He
man.
gave one sentence, and he was just like, "Let me give it to you."
In Schneider's
straight.
defense, that's basically what I said to you at the start of my explanation about these games.
But like you were on he could have had a whole blackout, come back, explain the
you
whole
see.
goddamn thing.
Ah, I see.
Anyway, it's not safe, so please be careful while you're in there.
Can you give us something?
Yeah. Letter of passage.
Oh, okay. Who do we give the letter to?
Right. Let's
Think
head to
of
the
him.
temple.
Gravitas?
Oh, someone.
Okay.
I'm having fun.
Good.
This
How much
game-
of it do you feel like you're following?
I mean, like, I understand everything that has happened since we've been playing the game.
Good. That's the best we can aim for.
You know, and that's what I
Those
got.
guards
Oh
don't
my
give us any more trouble.
We've got an official okay from the director. We'll be fine.
I guess. But what if they attack us? And I lose my memory again?
I'm glad to hear
Emil,
it, Jake.
Give me your hand.
Huh? Oh, okay. Hey! Ouch!
It hurts, right? That's proof you're here right now.
Yeah.
Does my hand feel
So
warm?
thank you for hurting me.
Here too, right beside you. So stop looking like you could disappear at any moment.
Isn't she the one who said he's gonna disappear, or was that someone else? I think that might have been.
No,
that was
Sheena.
Sheena.
Regal was the one who said he was telling him that because he was worried about that
Oh no,
possibility.
okay, yeah. Damn.
Yeah, so those like cutaway skits are a big part of how the character relationships are embellished in these games.
I see.
Like optional additional content, basically.
I know that dinosaur. That's the. It's a Brontosaurus.
I don't think that's
I don't
what
think
that
that's
is.
right, but I don't know dinosaurs. So.
It's a dragon. It has wings. I don't think it
You
corresponds.
can't
to it.
prove that. God, I love that door. Can we look at it one more time?
Yeah. You like that?
Reminds me of home.
Oh, oh God.
It's just-
It's not a glowing endorsement for academia.
no, do a PhD. It's a good idea.
PH don't, am I right?
A PH dab.
Oh, PH dab.
We're
nice.
closing in on needing another beer, Aaron.
Oh, well, Cinco de don't
It seems
mind
that
if I
Hawk and
may.
his subordinates take it to the
That's
cave
Richter.
fortress.
We need Cinco de Mayo beers. Jake, calm down.
Thanks,
Who
Richter.
the hell is that?
The only one
That's
I can
Richter.
count on.
The one they've been talking about.
Oh, I saw Norton.
No, that's Norton.
That's
Richter's the other
Richter.
one.
Oh my
Right.
God, it's Richter.
Yes.
Oh, he's.
So that's what he looks like.
That's not what I thought he was gonna look like.
What did you picture it in your head?
I don't know. I thought he'd be more of a nerd.
He has glasses. You can't really see them from
Yeah,
here.
if
He
you
has glasses.
squint.
Yeah. You gotta have your
I need
glasses to
glasses.
see
Oh,
his
there we
glasses,
go.
that's right.
We did it. We found it.
Maybe you'll finally learn your lesson this time.
Was that Richter just now?
I wonder if he's going to the Temple of Lightning.
It sounded like he intends to visit the cave fortress.
I was thinking
That's a
of asking
Vanguard
him
base
about
that we were at
ASTER.
recently.
Can Evie talk like that?
Talk like Tenebrae?
Yeah.
Maybe in her head she can.
Okay.
Actually, regulars to the stream will know that it is quite unusual not to be hearing her talking in the background.
Ah, she's just sleeping right there.
Yeah, if you could see off camera, she is properly passed out because we went on a JRPG grade hike with her earlier today.
It was nice. Colorado's beautiful.
So now we've learned the secret to relaxing her on the stream. We just have to dedicate the entirety of the day previous to it to exercising.
And then give her a ton of food so she just eats it quickly and then
Brilliant.
conked.
I love it.
Do you think we should follow him?
Shouldn't we go to the temple first? The core is more important, and we can't just leave Relina there.
Indeed. I would like to hear what Richter has to say, but approaching him carelessly might not be wise.
He could murder him again.
That's true.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah, it's interesting because as we've been progressing throughout the game, maybe because of Richter's attachment to ASTER, Richter has been very intent on killing Marta, but he's always been kind of restrained whenever he's had to face Emil, like he doesn't want to actually hurt him. And some of the side quests that we've been doing have been like helping Richter basically to find different items that seem to be related to his past in some way.
All right.
Cool. Oh, good question, Jake. Yes, so the dog-bat thing, what I have been calling a sort of cat-dog hybrid, is Tenebrae. He is the Centurion of Darkness, so he's been with Marta since the beginning of the game.
Same.
And are you? I don't know that that's true. But he was the one who kind of talked to Emil in the first place and was like, if you want to save Marta, you need to make a pact with Ratatosk. So he was kind of instrumental in kicking all of that off.
Ah, cool.
I'm gonna check, for your benefit, Matt, I have this old school walkthrough of side quests.
Oh my
up on
gosh.
computer too, just to,
That looks like it was written in the 90s.
old school GameFAQs HTML.
Oh,
which is a
wow,
beautiful
this
thing.
takes me back.
Yes.
You guys ever go to, like, what was it? Oh, I was like, I just went to, like, cheats.com and GameFAQs when I was like, how do I unlock Luigi in Super Smash Bros?
This is basically the equivalent of that, but the amazing thing is with these JRPGs, like, so much of the interesting content is totally optional, and it's very hard to discover unless you have the benefit of someone who has mapped it out for you. To wit, even though they said we should go to the Temple of Lightning in order to continue with the side quest and learn more about Richter, we can go to the Cape Fortress first. So let's do that.
Okay, let's do it. Well, while we're getting that set up, should I get us set up with another beer,
Do it. Go
my
ahead.
guy? All
Do
right,
it.
I'll try to make I'll make this really carefully.
I tried to talk Matt into having all of this ready for the
I
whole
didn't
stream
want the
beforehand,
beers
but
to be too warm.
Yes.
I apologize. Time me.
My obsession with the aesthetics of video games, Matt, carries over to the aesthetics of beer. So, which, you know, we could do a whole stream or podcast about that because literally every time I hang out with him, I learn more about just the culinary artistry of that. Yes, Centurion of Darkness is a very nice title, isn't that, Jake? I don't have any title as cool as that.
See, that was smooth. I did it.
I didn't time you because I'm not some monster that would force you to
I
compress
gave
an
you the
entire
time.
10 minutes worth
We
of content
just had a
into 3.5
boba one,
minutes.
everyone. It was a boba, and now we're having one that has a bear on it. I like this one. All right. This is the okay.
So this is a side quest.
Yes.
And we're basically following up on the litany of side quests where Emil has sort of developed a relationship with Richter by sort of going off on his own to help him collect these items, all of which seem to relate to the Church of Martel. And we know that Richter is a half-elf, and it seems like he's trying to understand more about like the history of the world and his own past by collecting these items that have to do with it in some way.
All right.
But we're not really clear on what that consists in yet.
I'll go on alone from here. You guys head back to Mel Tokyo and wait for me at the inn.
This is also fun for me, I've been telling people, because I'm pretty sure back when I played through this game in the day, I was so frustrated at the ways in which it was different from Tales of Symphonia that I really didn't invest in, like...
In what way?
In it, well, in a lot of ways, and we've been talking about this throughout the stream, but basically, like, the things that this game tries to do are very much of the sort of the kind of sequel that says, like, well, the world was saved, but that wasn't really enough to solve all the problems, so let's look at the aftermath of that.
Yes.
And in order to do that, it introduces a lot of different dynamics and themes that just really set it off in a different direction in terms of what it's interested in than the first game. And you get sort of, like, different gameplay and party mechanics, such as, like, the first game is really predicated on the relationships that you can develop between 9 different party members, and this one is much more thinking about, like, exploring the nuances of a single relationship between 2 characters, Emil and Marta.
Yes.
So it just plays very differently, and if you're someone who loved the first Tales of Symphonia and we're going into this expecting just more of that, you kind of set yourself up for disappointment. So I think that describes myself and many other people who played it way back when it came out. So I played it, but I had really mixed feelings about it, and I didn't take the time to dive into a lot of the side quests. So I've been doing that this time and kind of experiencing a lot of those for the first time.
Sweet.
And it seems like a lot of the story is, maybe unsurprisingly, like stuff that you have to discover in the side quests. So if you miss it, you miss a lot of what the game is trying to say.
Hey, you know, you're just learning from yourself because that's everything you wrote about with like Xenoblade.
Yeah.
You wrote your long argument about why the side quests are important, and like DLC
true.
was even important to like.
That's true.
The fact that it exists in the way that it does and is implemented in the way that it does as being a side quest is important for also the way that it's told.
That is a great
and how
point.
it relates to the story.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Matt was instrumental in really helping me to develop the lecture that I gave at Praxis this year on Xenoblade. And you're totally right. I think that sort of commentary on like the value of optional content as contributing something because it's optional is the kind of thing that like I had no grasp of 10 years ago or whenever I played this, but it's the kind of thing that as you sort of get older and continue to live in the storytelling of video games, it becomes more evident, those sorts of things, which is one of the many reasons that it's fun to do something like this and go back to your gaming past and experience some of the games that were really impactful to you as a kid through like new adult eyes with a different perspective.
That's true. Yeah, I feel that a ton. I mean, so when do you think the side quests at all feel, I mean, like, obviously, I've only been thinking about this game for like half. Also, cheers.
Cheers. Prost.
Blueberry muffin sour.
I can smell the blueberry muffin from here. Oh, that's great.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, I really like that.
Well, like, okay, so part of it seems like there's a big theme of like searching for yourself, finding
Sure.
yourself, right? Do you
Yep.
think that is somehow tied into the idea of a side quest in of itself? Side quests are very searchy.
I think
More
so.
so than main story in a lot of these games are.
I think this particular line of side quest that we're doing now really reinforces that too, because it's something that Emil kind of chooses to do on his own, and he like intentionally comes up with excuses to leave Marta behind. And the like in-game explanation for that is Richter wants to kill Marta, so Emil like doesn't want them to see each other. But it's also very much like in this game where, as you can tell just from the few minutes we've played so far, so much of it is concerned with like Emil's identity and him not knowing who he is. Like these opportunities, really similar to what I was saying with Xenoblade, right? Like the ability for him to diverge from the set narrative of the main story and explore himself in ways that are like off that narrative path.
Yep.
I think that's a really compelling way to marry gameplay and storytelling in a way that allows the player to like help him to explore himself in a way that's not predetermined by whatever force is controlling him.
Cool.
Yeah. So let's do it.
Emil, Richter is dangerous.
I agree.
Very.
I've been meeting with Richter several times now.
He has a sword and an axe.
What?
And he's a
I just
nerd.
wanted to know what he was doing.
The triple
It
threat.
seemed like it had to do with killing Ratatosk.
But you're going alone?
If it's just me, Richter won't attack. So please let me go.
Richter's motives concern me as well. I shall protect Emil.
You'll come back safe?
Maybe.
Yes.
You promise to explain everything as soon as you get back?
One of the hilarious tropes in this particular game that we've been ragging on from the beginning too is like from the moment Marta saw Emil at the beginning of the game, she was like head over heels obsessed with him in a very like schoolyard crush kind of way.
Aww.
But in her defense, she also like saw him in Palmacosta when she was being attacked during this like giant attack that happened, and it seemed like he saved her from that. So that was like her first
That's an
impression of
emotional
him.
time.
Yeah. So she's like, "Oh, you're my knight in shining armor," and she's like 15 or whatever. So of course she's gonna romanticize that.
Yes, I promise.
All right. I trust you, and I'll wait for you. But I'm still going to be mad at you for keeping secrets.
I'm sorry.
So we're fighting, but I still love you.
He has no
It's
obligation
fine.
to tell
Just
you everything.
Be careful.
Let's.
There was a whole
I think
hilarious
she has
moment.
attachment issues.
And a couple chapters earlier in the game when they had been together for a while, and but like the stress was starting to develop with the like plot unraveling. Like Emil had this great breaking point where he's just like, "You need to give me some space and stop making me out to be this guy that I'm not." And it was like very human and relatable.
Wow.
So, there's definitely that tension there too.
Me. Come on, give it cheers,
What?
man.
Oh yes, cheers to you.
Oh.
Is that you?
That-
I don't know if that's a good thing.
Marta just left the. God.
Oh yeah, he told them to leave. He's got to face Richter on his own.
Yeah, you know. Yeah.
This is interesting
What the
because
hell is that thing?
it's a monster.
Is that Sonic?
No, but it is something that looks hedgehog-ish, definitely. So the first few times Emil went and helped Richter were before like their last several interactions when Richter like fought and kind of tried to kill Emil, so it'll be interesting to see what happens this time around. Okay, so you're gonna want
Wait, but I don't
to-
have Marta. Isn't that who I was supposed to be?
Oh, that's right. And I wanted to see...
I'll witness it to start.
Okay, yes. That's annoying. Well, so if it's like the other Richter side quests, he will join our party, and then you'll be able to control Richter. And Richter is much more fun to control than Marta.
Hell yeah.
So we'll get to him.
Wow. That poor. Oh wow.
Oh yeah, we have a dragon in our party, so we're awesome, by the way.
You're just beating the shit out.
Yeah. It didn't really stand a chance.
So it's not like turn-based.
No,
Kind of reminds me of when I was playing Okami.
Oh, okay.
You like
How
go
so?
into the game, and then instead of it being like a turn-based fighting, like some kind of RPG style, you just go into combat.
Yeah. I think, it's like that. And that's a whole strain of JRPG, I think, where, like, the combat is partitioned away from the world, so you have, like, the enclosed battle.
The combat world.
Yeah, the combat world in this, exactly, but it's still in real time in a way different than you get from, like, the early Final Fantasies or something.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Grade plus 1.5. That's
You get
bad.
graded
That's a
on
really bad
all the battles
GPA.
and Tales. Hey, you will oftentimes, if you're not good, get grades subtracted. So it's
Okay. I
it's
didn't
good
know
to
you
get
could go
better.
negative.
Oh yeah. Yeah, anything of like 1+ is good. We like that.
Oh, that thing seems spooky. You're just gonna
Yeah,
go
he's
fight him.
large. Yeah, I gotta take him on.
All right. Oh, that's because you hit him from behind.
That's right. Yeah, you get like attacks of opportunity, or if they get you from behind, your party starts out dazed, which is never a good look. You don't want that.
Hack him up.
Hack and slash, as the kids say in the hood.
Should have never gone against me.
Has Jake played JRPGs, or is this new for him watching too?
I
Assuming he's
don't
still
think
here.
he's a JRPG kind of boy. He's a Call of Duty, a Forza,
Okay.
but he also likes MOBAs,
MOBAs.
like Dota.
Oh, sure, yes. Yes, he's talking about
Did he just say "damn it"?
those. Yeah, they curse in this.
He's a 16-year-old child. Well, he could also be 100.
I had a whole bit on my first stream talking about Tales of Symphonia, because I played it when I was a kid, right? So obviously I was still living with my parents, and the TV I played on was in the living room. And like they heard some of the characters cursing as they would walk by. And they'd be like, "Oh, what's that game you're playing? That doesn't sound age appropriate." And like I laugh thinking back on that now, where it's like I was playing a game that featured within the first hour literal human ranches. and
Yeah, I
the
was gonna
content
say.
thing they were concerned about was the language.
It was like they said "damn it," like also just staring at like human trafficking.
Right. Okay, yeah, Fallout and Warframe count for sure in the RPG genre.
This person's got thick HP.
I know, and they're I think they can heal each other too, which is very annoying. There are a lot of enemies in this game that can heal themselves.
All I'm saying is that these dragons need to pick up the fucking slack.
I know it's been a little frustrated going back to this game for that, because I feel like some of the monsters are very cool, but a lot of them are very kind of poor in terms of actually hitting the marks of their attacks. They kind of just wander around the battlefield.
Hey, he's trying.
Oh, Jake, I feel so out of the loop. What is that a quote from? Matt, do you know? I lost my heart in the capital wasteland. That sounds like Fallout.
Should have never gone against
I don't know. God.
You ignoramus.
But you're the video game boy.
Well, yeah, but you're
We'll look
also
it
a
up.
video game boy.
I lost.
Fallout 3. Good. Well, my intuition was right at least, so I'll take the W.
Your woman's intuition was spot on.
Excuse me? What?
Looks like it's further in.
And Richter is with Aqua, who is the Centurion of Water, and she's like sided with him against everyone else who's trying to wake up Rathatos.
Gotcha. Okay.
Richter, someone's coming.
Emil,
Richter.
get out of here.
This has to do with Ratatosk, doesn't it?
I don't have anything to say to you.
I'm coming with you.
You'll get in the way.
I'm not gonna retreat inside my shell anymore.
Your shell? You don't even know the first thing about what you are.
You mean about how I look like Aster? That I might even be him?
Shut up!
Richter seems to have a lot of emotional baggage.
He's
If you
got some
insist on
problems.
counting, at least keep your mouth shut.
But
Understood?
I mean, he gets to go. All he just has to do is keep his fucking mouth shut. I think that's what he said.
Yeah. So this is interesting too. Yeah, so now you can play as Richter, which is a lot more fun because he can also
Hell
heal,
yeah.
but he also has a lot of like combat arts and stuff.
I'm ready.
There you go. So this is interesting too because so Richter's whole kind of arc with Emil over the course of the game so far has been encouraging Emil to sort of be courageous and come out of his shell and bluntly to grow a backbone. Right?
Yeah.
But one of the first things that Richter said to him was he quoted an old friend of his who said, "Courage is the magic that turns dreams into reality," and we haven't found out throughout the whole game like whom that quote is actually attributed to, like who was Richter's friend. Now, sort of starting to seem like, oh, maybe that
so
was
now
Aster.
he's just like, you're nothing like the Aster I know.
Yeah, and almost like he's trying to encourage him to become his old self, maybe.
Maybe. Where'd he go?
He's in the party now.
He's
there.
He's inside of your heart.
That's right.
Okay.
We carry all the party members in our heart. It's kind of that kind of game, even though they don't explain it that way.
Okay. Are they in a Pokeball?
wanna die.
The Pokeball within our hearts.
All right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So.
So who am I? Right now?
Open. Press plus.
Press plus.
So, if you go to the arts menu, you can assign like whatever arts you want. Yeah, for Richter.
So go to him.
Yeah.
What should I do?
So the way the combat works, briefly, and a lot of this maps to games you'll be familiar with. So A is like basic attacks. So like your A attacks in Smash or something like that.
So that would be heal in this case.
No. So those are your like your arts, your more advanced attacks.
Oh.
So like your B attacks in Smash, right? Same thing. So the A are just like regular hack and slash things that don't have names.
Yes.
And then B, you can press B with different combinations of the directional buttons.
I see. Okay.
Same as in Smash, right?
So B and up, B and down, B
and
and
so
left
you
or right.
assign different skills to those, and then you can use those in battle.
I'm cool with these ones.
Great. And then you just you use the directional stick to run around, and I think it's the Z button to block if you need to do that. And that's basically it.
I'll figure it out.
Cool.
All right. So was I controlling him?
Yeah. You should be. If you run around, yeah. Looks like are you directing him?
I don't think so. Oh, now I am. Wait,
You
hello.
are.
Yes.
Excellent. Mortal Spring.
Oh, dude, I'm eating this guy now.
Yeah, man. Richter's really strong.
Dude, I Mortal Spring. Oh,
He has an attack called Eternal Recurrence, which is pretty cool. Very Nietzschean.
all right, I did it. Hey,
did
it's
it. I'm
okay.
proud of you.
I gave us a
You got
bad
the
grade, but it's
finishing
okay.
blow. It's still positive. Anything positive is good in a Tales game.
It's
Yeah.
because I kept using Mortal Spring.
Yeah, that's the key. Just spam Mortal
I was
Spring.
just spamming that one. It was working pretty
Brilliant.
well. It seemed like a good move. It said critical damage.
Listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's a lot of
It's
damage.
the same way in life. Yes, critical is good. We like critical.
Alright. Did you already open that up?
Yeah, so we're returning to one
Oh,
of the recent
you've been-
dungeons
yeah.
that we navigated through. You know, but now Richter is here because he is looking for something.
Not worth our time.
No,
We have places to be.
that's right.
Dodge them.
I can't dodge them all. We got to get that sweet experience. Yeah, it's a good soundtrack, isn't it? I really like the different themes that was going on. It's neat too because that's one of those things where, like, if you played the first game before this, they do a lot of neat riffs and variations on the original score. Which is cool.
Alright, we got that one.
Yes,
Damn it.
finish it.
I tried to Mortal Spring him.
Never be clean.
You got the one move, but it's working out for you.
0.39. I'm getting better,
That's
dude.
right.
I'm getting better.
At an exponential rate. You'll be getting like plus 40 per battle by the end of this.
Nice. Dude, this beer. What do you think of this beer?
I like it. It's very tasty. It's
Doesn't
one of
it-
those beers that's a little confusing to me because it's very breakfast flavored and it's not breakfast time, but it's refreshing for sure.
Nice dodge, by the way. Okay, but
Thank you
tell
so
me what
much.
it smells like.
It smells like a blueberry
Doesn't
muffin.
it kind of smell like cereal?
No, it smells to me, maybe just because I knew the name, but it perfectly replicates the smell of a blueberry muffin. That's the only thing I can think of with it.
Okay.
I hope this is where we need to go. This is kind of the ordinary
Wow, this
way
bat
deeper into the
really
dungeon.
wants to fuck you up.
It's hungry for blood. It's seen us kill its friends. It
That's
wants
true. We
revenge.
murdered everyone it knows.
Big time. It was a slaughter. We gotta get the bat after all that.
You're like, guess you want to die.
The bat was asking for it.
Wait, go towards it. Oh, I see you. Dude, Mortal Spring, though. Alright, I'm gonna Mortal Spring this bat. I'm fucking missed. How do I change who I'm targeting?
The minus button.
Minus? This guy. Oh, I'm using the healing power.
Nice.
I don't know. I'm just trying out the other buttons.
That was timely.
Yeah,
I think it was
dude,
totally
I
on
was-
accident,
I was-
but I needed the HP.
I was literally just sitting there taunting him. I give us our HP back. Is that you're
Yeah, I
welcome.
did. Yeah, you healed me. It was good. And that was like a plus 0.6 grade, so you're continuing to just
I mean,
rapidly improve your grade.
not as exponential as we were thinking.
Well,
before.
no, but it's gonna taper off.
Oh my god.
Jake, I'm gonna have to report you
Jake,
for spam, bro.
Can you ban him? Let's ban him.
Unleash the ban hammer.
See, if I could use the chat for 1 second.
I hope he took the time to type all of that out.
You need
line by
more
line.
emotes. You need to hook up your emotes.
Is that how
I'll
you
go with
do
that one.
Twitch?
I don't. Yeah, dude. Don't you like watch Twitch?
No, I literally don't. I do this on Twitch with thoughtful literary gamers. And Jake. No, I'm kidding, Jake.
Wow.
I love you, Jake.
Hey, he's played his Fallout.
Knew where it was kept
true.
and just didn't tell us.
You mean the deep sea scroll? I can help you look for.
You're supposed to not
Let's look a
talk.
little further in.
There was one rule, Emil.
Yes!
Well, two rules. You don't talk, and if I see Marta, I kill her. That's a joke.
That's a joke. But she's actually dead, though.
Richter.
He's got attachment issues. Do you think he has daddy issues? God!
He has, like, personality issues.
Yeah,
It's like,
he
who
does.
am I?
He does have personality issues. You're right.
Say your prayers.
Wow, I really, oh, Mortal Spring.
And Metal Spring.
So do I just spam A? Is that what all I do?
Well, spamming A does your regular attack, which builds up your technical points. TP is what you use. For
Oh, dude, I have Mortal Spring.
You know you have other moves too, right?
What's up?
Oh, you used Enduring Summer. That was nice. Got it.
Oh my god!
Go team.
We're
Look at
going
that.
7-2.
Yeah.
We're back in there.
I told you we'd get in the game.
Hell yeah. Can I remap all of my spells to just be Mortal Spring on unlimited cooldown?
As a joke? Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
as a joke.
For the walls.
No, I'd be unstoppable.
He has other moves, man.
I
They're
really
all
love-
very good.
They do seem good. Don't fight those ones.
No,
They had too much HP.
No, I know. The little grunts from the Vanguard have no business having as much HP as they do. Oh, actually, I think I saw that we're supposed to go somewhere else.
This is something else special we need to do.
I think so. Yeah, okay. We gotta do something else back in this room.
Alright. Who do we have to kill? Because now I've got a lust for blood.
Oh yeah, that changed quickly.
Yeah, it's
Well, first we have to extinguish these lights in a certain order, and there's a way to
oh
figure
my
it out
god, we
with
get
the
to use
inscriptions on
motion
the wall.
control?
Oh yeah, listen, it wouldn't be a Wii game without motion controls
Right.
unless it was Xenoblade Chronicles.
I think you're cheating. We're supposed to be figuring out this puzzle on
Listen,
our own.
I'm allowed to cheat because, like, literally on the last stream or the stream before it, I solved all of this from scratch using the information on the wall.
Okay, good.
And if any
Did
of
it
my
just say
regulars
like
are
1,
watching,
2,
they'll vouch
4,
for me.
5, 6, 1?
Yeah, exactly that.
Okay.
Funny enough. No, it's all about the history of the Red and Blue Knights, because you see these two statues, right? And it talks about the order in which they felled famous monsters, and each of these corresponds to one of the monsters that's described.
Ah.
Yeah. Okay, and... Oh, it might have already been open, since I did it last time. Well, either way.
Well,
We got
you
it.
know, I think it's important because this is a Let's Play. We have to show the people again how to do it.
That's right, as a reminder.
As a
It's
joke.
not here either.
For the walls.
Richter!
Stop yelling at Richter.
Richter!
He just wants him to notice him. It would be sad if Emil had this sense of, like, we used to be best friends, but I have no memory of that, and now you resent me. Like, that would be a hard position to be
That
in.
would be good.
Richter!
I'm not deaf.
Then why are you ignoring me?
I'm not deaf, but I
You're the
have
one who told me I could
2200
go my whole
vision,
life
as you
worrying
can
about
see
making
from my
people angry.
glasses.
It's true.
You told me nothing would ever change if I just stayed inside my shell. But I've been thinking about those words.
It's true. He was the one who told Emil to speak up.
And so is
And now
Aaron.
you're the one retreating into your shell.
That's true.
You're treating me like I don't even exist.
You've got a lot of nerve for someone who doesn't even know who he is.
You said that already, Aqua.
Yeah, you did.
You mean the fact that I look like Aster? I know that.
Was that literally the same dialogue? that
It's
was
like
in the
almost,
last
I
scene?
think,
What?
I heard that line before.
I feel like they reused that exact exchange.
Or the fact that I might even be him?
I'm not losing my mind, right? These are all the same lines.
We
from
need
when they
someone to
first
like
went in
clip
here.
it and so we
Yeah.
can watch it live.
That's true.
Emil, I'm sorry. I was not ignoring you because you resemble Aster.
Then why?
Following me around isn't likely to help you answer your questions about Ratatosk. Do you still want to come?
Oh, yes.
Then let's keep going. But this will be the last time you and I work together.
Because one of us will
Why?
die.
After I finish with this task, I'm going to take Ratatosk's core from Marta. Will you allow that?
Oh yeah, another whole thing is Marta got Ratatosk's core embedded in her forehead, and it's kind of like parasitically bound to her. So now to like get the core, it needs to be removed from her body, which would drain all its mana, like her body's mana,
And she would
presumably
just
kill her.
die?
That's right.
No, of course not.
Then you see my point. We will become enemies again, as before. So long as that's clear, let's go.
Wow.
Richter.
This is like one of the things I've been talking a lot about on the stream of this game is I feel like it's sort of indie in the sense of like it's not one of the mainline titles of the series, and so I think the creators like experimented and tried out a lot of things that they wouldn't in a mainline game. And like one thing that I didn't appreciate as much the first time is how interesting and cool it is to have this structure of like little side quests where you can go on adventures with and bond with like one of the main antagonists of the game, and just sort of like, yeah, we'll put that antagonistic relationship on hold and kind of get to know each other, even knowing that we're going to have to fight each other in the end.
It requires an antagonist that's like incredibly logical.
Yeah, logical and like sympathetic, right?
Yeah.
Like, they don't just have their desire to do something.
Well, because
they
like the
want them
reason
to.
why he's serving as an antagonist is not necessarily something like deeply antagonistic, like only kind of like even like is it that antagonistic to the player?
Yeah,
Like
it's
I
not
guess in
clear
the
at
ways
this
that they
point, yeah.
bond with Emil, but
Right.
like definitely antagonistic to him.
Yeah.
So
And it's the right kind of game for that too, because like even with our attachment to Emil, I think a lot of people would agree, because he doesn't have a firm sense of who he is or what he's after. Like it's hard for us to really have that deep investment in his mission that we might with other avatars. And so it is very much like we're able to sort of see both sides and get interested and invested in both him and Richter and their relationship, more than just seeing Richter as someone to be defeated.
I'm Team Richter.
Yeah, I kind of am a little bit this time too.
Tell? Only elves and half-elves can use magic. Everyone knows that.
Never been clear on those things.
No half-elf is free from discrimination. Well, not until recently. We've been
Damn
replaced
it.
by a new breed of outcast.
The Silveranti.
Exactly. And the ranks of the disenfranchised will only grow. People are made to fight. With the rise of every new country, new outcasts are born. Before long, the outcast may become the majority, and perhaps discrimination will subside.
Is that the only way for discrimination to end?
I never said it would end entirely, only that it may lose some of its intensity. But even that would be an improvement.
You could be a half-elf or anything else for that matter, and I'd like you just the same.
How can you say that?
Uh-huh.
Never mind.
That seemed to be laden with some history we don't know about.
Oh, okay.
Monster.
I was
The
about
way
to
he
be
said,
like,
how can you say that? Yeah.
huh.
One of the things that's interesting.
Wow,
about,
that's like deep. Like I'm impressed by just the realistic themes here.
There's a lot of depth and nuance in these games, especially with how they think about discrimination. Like one of the things that's really sort of nuts and probative about the first game that seems like a crazy JRPG thing the first time you hear about it, but sort of the more you reflect on it, the more human it is like the ultimate goal of the game's final antagonist is like he's grossly misinterpreted his sister's wish to rid the world of discrimination, right? And he's taken it to this horrifying logical conclusion of the only way to stamp out discrimination in the world is to make everyone literally the same. So his goal is to usher in what he calls the age of lifeless beings, where there's like no differentiation between people and they're all kind of just these husks that have no like race or gender or anything that would cause discrimination. And that's something that seems very unrealistic until you sort of think about the way that a lot of the different cultures and people in the world are dealing with discrimination. And it's like, oh, a lot of them are kind of pursuing that horrific ideal without naming it or describing it in that way. So
Doesn't
it's
that
an interesting
remind you
cipher for it.
randomly in other ways of like, I don't know why I had a random flashback to this. You're a fan of Supernatural.
I am.
Are there like
I
big
regret
god
to say.
themes with like at the end he's just like the only way to fit it to fix everything is to kill everything?
Yep.
There's a
pretty
lot
much,
of themes of
pretty
that.
much. Yeah,
I don't know why that
100%,
just like came to mind.
100%.
Don't be embarrassed
Well,
of your
you're right. I
past
shouldn't be.
interests.
It's embarrassing to me just because I think Supernatural is one of the best examples of very uneven storytelling.
Oh
which
yeah,
maybe anything that runs for 15
it's like
years
the
is gonna be
biggest
that,
U
but
curve
still,
in terms of how well written I feel like the seasons were.
I would 100% agree with that.
Right, it's crazy.
But it is an interesting motif. I mean, you I know you watch some anime. Have you watched Gurren Lagann?
No,
So you should. Amazing. Everyone watching, if you haven't watched Gurren Lagann, you should absolutely do that.
watch it.
But without giving spoilers, like one of the very cool sort of climactic thrusts of that is a very similar idea of like, oh, in order to like preserve life, we have to mitigate progress and basically like inhibit the potential of mankind. So I like tropes like that. I think it's really interesting to think about like what is the sort of dark side of progress and when might we need to limit ourselves or others in order to survive as a people.
Soma throwing everyone onto the ark.
100%.
It should hide my face a bit. That way, looking at me wouldn't bring up any painful memories, right?
Don't be ridiculous. You are Emil, not Aster. The two of you only share a resemblance.
There's a lot of resentment
has to
there in
be.
terms of how he's just not the same person, even if they physically are the same person.
Yeah.
Tenebrae, I'd like to ask you something.
I have nothing to say to you.
Who is Emil?
Emil is himself. Emil Castagne, a young man who looks up to you, despite your faults. Nothing more.
I know you're hiding something.
I speak the truth. It is you whom I would ask to please not confuse Emil with a certain someone you know.
I've done no such thing. I only pray that my suspicions are wrong. If they aren't, my hatred will be even stronger.
Yeah, see, so this is something that I'm suspicious of too, and I think I was hinting at last stream because I don't have a vivid memory of everything that happens in the game, but one of the things that kind of really stands out to me playing it through again is, Jake the lawyer is saying that Tenebrae should be a lawyer. That was a very, lawyerly way of adjudicating that line of questioning. But yeah, so I mean, Emil is very lost and wayward at the beginning of the game when he's figuring out how to help Marta, and Tenebrae is like very quickly and insistently like, oh, you should form this pact with Ratatosk in order to get the power to save her. And it kind of, the more the game has gone on, it's easy to question whether he had some ulterior motives behind that or some information that we were lacking that was driving him to push Emil in that direction.
Mortal Spring.
Buckle up, buckaroo!
Get ready. Oh my god, they have so much HP.
They have no business being this big.
She keeps running away and healing.
Yeah, the healing is the worst.
Got him. Dang it! Got him.
That's what it's all about. Spring into summer, am I right?
Let me end it. Mortal Spring did critical damage. Oh, dang it. I used a lot of my... does it use mana to use the spells? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
But you still have a bunch.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
How do you get them back?
You get some back after battle and hitting people with your regular attacks.
Oh, okay. I was doing that
Master
play.
Richter, it looks like this is it.
Finally. I still can't believe that fool Norton went and sold this.
What do you mean?
Norton sold off many of the academic resource building's research materials to pay off his gambling debts.
See, the recession,
Yeah,
2008.
that's right.
It hurt all of us.
It's so hard to find good help
He was
these
worried
days.
his colleagues were beginning to catch on, so he asked me to help.
So what does that have to do with Lord Ratatosk?
I never said it was directly related to
Well,
Ratatosk.
Ratatosk was a huge real estate tycoon.
My God. This riff has really gotten away from us,
Oh,
I think.
Forget it. There's no point in telling you. In fact, I can't tell you.
Come
Since I
on.
can't be sure what'll happen.
What'll happen?
Man,
Let's go. I'll take you back to Maltopia.
they're really bigging up whatever's going to happen next.
I know. Is this like one of the big major whack plot points that we're gonna hit? That you're
Well,
like,
see,
is
that's-
Matt ready for it?
I mean, even the relationship between Emil and Aster
Emil,
was very new, and that
the
was the
next
first
time
thing we
we
started
meet,
out with, so
We'll be enemies again.
I don't, I'm honestly not even sure what might happen next.
All right,
Not
I'm
even
ready.
halfway through the stream yet.
I don't want to be enemies.
This is fate. It was bound to be like this from the beginning. Most likely from the moment you were born.
What is that supposed to mean?
Farewell.
Goodbye.
Bye. He has a bolo tie.
He's very cool. Oh, Emil got a new title, Destined Partner.
Hell yeah.
A big part of the Tales games, or the characters get titles based on different side quests they do or things that happen in the story that affect their stack.
So we
growth
got
differently.
Destined Partner.
Yeah, which I guess is the culmination of all the side quests that we did.
Ah,
with
is
Richter.
it something we can't change?
It's a good question. Yeah, it's interesting because fate hasn't really been a big part of this story's fabric so far, but it seems like now it's starting to get woven in as we get a little deeper into it.
Hey boys, I'm back.
No,
We've been standing here for
She's
hours.
like, God, you were fighting that many bats?
Yeah, right.
Sorry.
You're so much beefier now. You leveled up so many times.
So what happened?
Well,
Killed a lot of bats. Everyone gets to use that.
I
except
know,
me.
but not
Didn't
you.
have
Hate it.
anything to do with Ratatosk?
I'm not so
Or
sure
did
of
it?
that. I believe there may be some connection.
Richter is a very mysterious guy.
Yes, but whatever he intends, all we can do is what we can.
you're right. I'm sorry for
Thanks,
getting
man.
sidetracked. and wasting
Tautological,
time.
but true.
It wasn't a waste, but next time don't keep it a secret from me.
Right. I'm sorry, Marta.
She's like, or I won't keep stalking you. I'm so obsessed with you. Have you seen the TV show You? That's us.
One of the other tropes we've been enjoying throughout the game is Marta keeps finding excuses to leave the party, and we have to like go after her.
She just wants She wants to be loved.
Chase me, Emil. Chase me.
Chase me. Feeling missed? We all want to feel missed sometimes.
We sure do.
Right, Jake?
Jake, Matt misses you if it helps. He won't say it, but I'll say it on his behalf. Just toast him through the webcam.
What do you think of this one overall now that you've glugged it down?
I liked it. I felt like it was a bit of a strong flavor for drinking like a full glass of it, but
It's
I really
it's a lot
sip.
to drink, I will say, because it is so aggressively blueberry, like artificial flavor.
I think that part was hard as I went through it, but I really liked the first few sips. Oh, Jake misses you too, man.
Oh, wow. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know what to say.
The Owen Wilsonist of reactions. Wow.
Now it makes me wish I had my Owen Wilson t-shirt.
That would be a good one. Okay, I think we're going to go to the Temple of Lightning.
Okay.
And it's just going to be teasing you because then we're going to very promptly go back to
fuck
Sybak
off.
where we were before. Yes. For a side quest. It's all for the side quests now.
A lot of islands. What is with JRPGs and all these places and being like, Island Jake, I'm sorry. I missed you too. I already said that. How's Darwin? Please, I hope you guys you're feeding yourself and Darwin. Wait, but okay, so what is with JRPGs and loving islands?
I think
they love island lands.
I think that JRPGs love islands because you can't reach them on foot, and you can reach some sorts of islands on boats, and some are easier to approach by air. And one of the main ways that worlds open up to you in JRPGs is you gain different modes of travel at different points in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easy to make different areas like inaccessible for later game things.
Okay.
Oh no.
Who could have done this?
If there's a core located in this temple, it stands to reason.
Lloyd?
It couldn't be.
The hero from the first game who is now going
Okay.
Then maybe the Vanguard.
Marta, I'm sorry if this is hard for you.
No, it's okay. I'm opposed to what the Vanguard does, and I want to stop Daddy. It's just...
It's literally her dad, okay?
Lives were just tossed away.
You saying she's got issues?
Her father is Commander Brute of the Vanguard. She happens to call him Daddy. That's all it is.
Yes.
I'm just saying that when we see him, the name better say Daddy.
All right.
I'd like to give these two a proper burial. We can't just leave them like this.
That's good.
But if the Vanguard is here, we have no
yeah.
moment to lose. We have
wanted
no
to know
choice
you were
but
here.
to leave them for now.
That's true.
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry.
They look charred.
Well, they might have been struck by lightning a few times since they were
That would
knocked
make
down.
sense.
All right. So now I'm going to see if we can go back.
Did you just
to
leave?
Sybak. I warned you.
God. We
could
just
not have been
witnessed
clearer.
a murder, and we were like, time is of the essence, and then Aaron's like, cool, I'm gonna go to a different island.
Listen, time is of the essence to see the side quest too. If we get to another chapter, it won't be accessible anymore. Okay, it says to go to the Academy Research Institute.
Evie, that was the least convenient way to go past us.
She wanted to rub up against us to just remind us that she's here and wants our attention.
That this is her apartment.
Guys, I'm warning you, if you don't give me attention, I'm gonna freak the fuck out.
I will scream.
Dad doesn't like it when I do that on stream, but I'll do it. Oh, this side quest isn't voiced, unlike the one with Richter. Hawk is another member of the Vanguard.
Gotcha. What is going on?
I don't know, but I'm guessing by the soundtrack that this is a goofy side quest, in contrast to the last one we did. This is
We just
we're
witnessed
having fun
murder.
theme. Yeah. Thematic dissonance, if you will. Are you ready to commence meditation now?
Oh, should we do it with them?
I think we have to.
Okay.
Okay, it's over.
I was meditating and with beer.
Yeah. Did you break out in a cold sweat from it?
I really didn't. I don't really think that happens. So.
Oh, okay. I felt like I was at a loss for words.
Well, it's good. That person actually didn't say anything.
That's right.
They just had a bubble appear
That's
above
right.
their
I
head.
tried to speak, and yet only
It just didn't work.
came out.
Hey.
She has many feelings.
Okay.
He's trying to make things better for his underlings, it seems like. Everybody wants to rule the world.
I mean, like, same.
Did you ever start playing BioShock Infinite after you got it?
I have. We're about like halfway through, a little bit over halfway through it.
Ooh.
I'm really enjoying
Liking it?
It's so good.
What a great game. Talk about great soundtracks.
Yes.
About it.
I really enjoy the gameplay too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I enjoy it much more than the original BioShock gameplay. That was a real hurdle for me, but I feel like Infinite is a much better flow. He has aspirations of ruling the Vanguard. That is a bizarre meeting.
Yeah, what was going on here?
It's a good question, Matt.
Okay.
Well, that was quite the little side scene. And I think...
That was the entire quest.
No, even better, I think we get 2 more of those scenes right in a row before we go back to the main story.
Okay.
All right.
I'm okay with that.
We're going to Meltokio next. Buckle up.
Yeah, I'm buckled.
Listen, especially in a long, epic story like a JRPG, I think it's important to have some levity interjected in order to make it, not too heavy.
That's
overall.
true.
Actually, as I say it like that, it kind of reminds me of your philosophy of aesthetics in terms of beer, in terms of balancing like the lighter, more easily digestible ones with the sort of heavier,
Whack-ass
mealier beers.
flavors.
Yeah.
I do have quite a philosophy on beer.
You really do. You
Some
should
might call
expound
it
sometime.
alcoholism, but I call it a philosophy on beer.
No, there's a middle ground.
I say as I'm taking like singular sips of half of
Right.
like a sour here, so we're okay, guys.
There's some kind of joke to pull out from the big
We're all
buffet,
okay.
but I don't know it well enough to have it on hand.
Nice dodge.
Thanks,
Could you
man.
fight that guy?
No, he's just a knight wandering
He
around
looked
the
like
city.
he had a big sword.
We could talk with him if you want. Have a nice conversation.
I
A
don't-
war of the words.
I don't need.
Yeah,
I
that's what
challenge you
gets
to a duel.
Oh, Jesus
of
Christ.
words. God, the Wii is chugging along.
Yeah. Magnar is one of the higher ups in the Church
Is
of
the
Martel.
is Big Boy
Yes, yeah.
Magnar? Okay. Ah.
Oh no! It's the same thing, but with the church this time.
Wow, this is quite a soundtrack.
Yes. You need a goofy soundtrack for goofy scenes.
I agree. I mean, speaking of like Paper Mario, a game that does a really good job of interjecting goofy
Oh, yeah.
dialogue and scenes.
Humor is so central to that game. Forget about it. Seems like he really does not like that Hawk character
No.
we met.
Okay, well that was at least there wasn't like a meditation session.
That's
there.
true. He seems to have healthier boundaries with his troops than Hawk did.
Does it ever happen at your meetings with the CEO? Hey everyone, let's just sit down for a quick meditation.
I know more than a few CEOs who are very meditation happy.
That's their thing, yeah.
Yes. It's one of those Silicon Valley isms.
What is the? I think I'm a tiny bit lost on what is going on in this side quest.
So in this side, we're kind of just wandering on these like leaders from the Vanguard, which is like the Silveranti Liberation Front, and the Church of Martel, which is like the world religion that kind of spawned out of the like the events of the first game, and
Yeah.
now is taking this authoritarian hold on the world 2 years later. And it seems like kind of just windows into like two leaders from those groups and them having a rivalry with each other in terms of wanting to capture Marta first and use that to advance in their organizations and take control of Ratatosk's core. So I think it's just being used to humanize those two organizations.
Okay. I gotcha. Even though we think the Vanguard could have murdered those two people?
Yes, right. And even though Marta's daddy is the leader of the Vanguard.
Don't say daddy.
I had to. That's what he calls him daddy. I gotta call him.
Matt, it's canon.
It literally is.
It literally is canon.
Okay, now we're going to... Oh, there are 2 more of these scenes. I lied. There are 4, not 3.
Okay, we can do it. We can do it.
To the item shop. Okay, still in Miltoki.
We got
going
this.
back to Sybak. There better be an interesting payoff for you.
Wow, the old Aaron coming.
Listen, it's just I'm just getting a bit of whiplash after finishing the very interesting and thematically resonant side quest with Richter.
That was a really nice side
Yeah,
quest. I liked that.
Yeah.
Very easy to follow too,
Yeah.
for a noob like me.
Yeah, that says something how accessible it is even to you, because it's so easy for JRPGs to veer into the obscure and totally inaccessible.
So we're just gonna see both of them one more time.
Seems that way. Or maybe they'll confront each other. That would be fun.
His own ears.
They're gossiping like a couple of school kids about each other.
Aww.
Magotnar is not a great insult name based
No,
on
it's
Magnar.
not. Did you ever watch Ned's Declassified
School Survival Guide?
Remember when they made the, like, it was like the nicknames to make fun of people generator?
No, I don't remember that.
One
That
of them
sounds
was
fun.
like, Billy Loser.
Brilliant.
One of them was called Fuzz Butthead.
Of course.
That's all I remember. Anyway, continue.
So Hawk is also alluding to with that with the girl whom he resents. He's talking about Alice, who is another like leader in the Vanguard and sort of deeply sadistic towards a bunch of male members of the Vanguard, but especially Hawk. He really resents her.
Wow. Okay. Phony.
Yes. No one likes a phony, Matt. If the outsiders taught us nothing else.
Very true, sir. This is an adorable scene. He's got issues though.
Yes. He's got a bit of baggage, it seems.
Jesus Christ.
He thinks the Hawk doth protest too much.
Yeah, he doth protest a lot.
Her name is Alice.
Okay. My name is Alice. You know that song?
No. I was thinking Her Name is Alice, the song that hilariously, do you remember this? Like Shinedown, who like wrote a song for the like Johnny Depp version
Dude,
of
I
Alice
forgot.
in Wonderland or something?
Wait,
Remember
okay. It's a riff on that because
Give it to me.
Lady Gaga released a song called Alice about Alice in Wonderland.
this? Really? Wow. That
Wow.
feels on brand for Lady Gaga.
It
though.
doesn't
More
it? You know?
More so than Shinedown.
Why did she? Okay, sorry, I'm getting us off track so much.
I think this side quest is designed to get us off track though, so it's consonant
So
with
it's
the
okay.
side quest.
We're filling the space.
Yeah, we'll get back into the tense situation we abandoned in the Temple of Lightning shortly.
So we'll get back to murder.
Don't worry, they'll still be dead when we get back.
But I can't do my special move.
No,
gonna
you
miss
need
it.
you need new moves with Marta, and they are not as special as
They're just healing.
as Richter's.
I could. I'm supportive.
Yeah, you can do the support role. You're good at that. And we'll meditate to keep our cool until that time comes.
I have issues. You're all
More than a
just
few.
this. Thank you for saying what the point of the side quest was out
'cause
loud.
he's pathetic.
Yeah. Hey, they seem like bad people, but they're also sad.
I think that we can agree we all learned something today, Matt.
I think I did too. We all have our own insecurities, and it's okay.
That's right.
Because when you're feeling insecure, remember that everyone else around you is also insecure.
That is kind of one of the differences between this and Tales of Symphonia too. Like Tales of Symphonia is much more on a like traditionally epic scale, where the antagonistic organizations like they still have characters that have really interesting and compelling relationships, but they're much more like poetic as opposed to like human relationships.
Yes.
So I feel like this game sort of goes out of its way to course correct or show an alternative to that with organizations that have like very humanly flawed members with a lot of the like little office politics that we see playing.
Gives it a lot more realism. I like that.
Yeah. Helps us to see ourselves in the characters a little bit more, I think.
All right.
Okay, where's the last one?
Let's finish this out.
Yes.
Let's see more people meditating.
God, I hope so. That's what I signed up for.
That's all I want.
That's the dream. Staring at the wall.
Oh, he's so sad.
I'm a big man. People have to
If only
respect
there was a
me.
mirror there.
That's right.
So you're a big man.
Who is that man I see staring back at me?
Oh, God. Who is that girl?
There you go.
Evie just looks straight at me.
Evie didn't seem to love Matt singing there. He's got small dog energy, this guy. Speaking of small dogs. They sure are, Emil.
That name. Oh,
That's
wow.
kind of funny. So Hawk like resents but
Yeah.
likes Alice because he thinks she's like making the nicknames to be derisive towards him.
And then
Vanguard's
he's like, I would love.
wish I had a cool nickname. Yeah.
I wish she would call me dipshit.
That's big Magnar energy.
Oh. Oh, God.
Why
I
won't she
take this
call me
joke like
Magpie?
5 steps further, but I feel like I shouldn't for the sake of the stream.
I think we took it far enough.
Okay, thank you.
We played it out. Okay. Now we get to go back to the Temple of Lightning.
As we're doing that, should I queue up our final next, not necessarily our final beer, but our next beer?
I think you should, if you can be fast.
I can be fast.
Hurry up. We're going to the Temple of
I'll
Lightning.
be as fast as lightning.
Oh, I see what you did there.
my God.
See, it's all connected.
There's a green screen here, guys. I'm sorry, did I ruin the
No, it's good.
the mystique of the stream?
They know there's a green screen.
Okay.
I hope. Dear viewers, if you didn't know there's a green screen, well, we should have a talk about that at some point. Oh, I was going to check in Sybak real quick to see if we could restock our items, actually.
Yeah, let's restock those items, man.
I keep trying to go to the shop in Meltokyo, but the item shop owner is mysteriously MIA. Clearly.
This beer's gonna be weird.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So this is the pineapple upside down cake that apparently has vanilla cake mix as part of it.
That does sound weird, but I'm interested.
Let's see what the fuck happens.
Okay. Alright. We have some more items.
Nice. What are you buying? What in particular did we need?
We needed items to heal and items to restore TP and life bottles in case we die. All the standards.
I'm never gonna die.
Okay, I hope you're right. I have some reasons to doubt that, but I hope you're right.
Why do you think? Am I not good enough?
Well, I will see.
Backslash. Sorry, that's the wrong game.
No, I mean, I can't believe that anyone watching a With the Terrible Fate specific stream would not get that reference, though.
Here you go.
Thank you, sir.
It looks like I'm tied to this place, whether I like it or not.
Something seems to be bothering Sheena.
She once failed to forge a pact with Volt, the summoned spirit of lightning. It was a disaster that took the lives
It's a lot
of
more
quarter
mild
of
than
the
I thought it was
people of
gonna be.
Mizuho.
Yeah, I
Because
like
of
it.
that, she has led a lonely life, even among her own people. But she overcame pain, sadness, and fear in order to save this world, and eventually succeeded in her pact with Volt. In that regard, Sheena may understand both of your struggles better than anyone.
Yeah, so I was going to explain Sheena's relationship with this place, but I think Regal did a better job.
Okay. I gotcha.
But it's interesting because, like, a big part of the first game is about sort of redemption for stuff in your past.
What do you think that is?
Sheena has to, like, overcome her own failure that came at such a great personal cost in order to, like, make a pact with Volt and sort of help the party on the path to empowering both of the worlds eventually. And it's a very touching scene because, like, Sheena, she was from Tetheala, right? The opposite world that we started out in, and we first met her because she was trying to kill the Chosen from the world of Silverant, because she saw that as the best way to, like, help Tetheala and keep it prospering. But then she, like, very quickly turned around once she saw sort of the moral character of the party and the fact that they were trying to figure out how to save both worlds. And so despite the fact that she started out as this kind of assassin, like, by the time they get pretty early in the game to the Temple of Lightning and Sheena's trying to form a pact with Volt, like, everyone from Silverant, like, gets on her side and encourages her, and it's very touching in terms of them basically helping her to overcome her own trauma despite the misunderstandings they had in the past. Evie has a lot of feelings about this part of the story.
Looks like some research
This is more
notes.
of the status quo for the stream.
Let's see. In short, restricting the dimensional boundary to a certain level is Ratatosk's.
More about this dimensional boundary.
Yeah.
Ratatosk? Those notes are about Ratatosk?
It looks like it. The stuff is pretty dense. I can hardly understand it.
Staff from the Imperial Research Academy are here, right?
Yes, this must have been left behind.
I'll hold on to it for now.
Okay. Oh, spooky.
Oh, I'm spooked.
Poppito, pippity, poppity, poo.
I think I'm having a stroke.
I'm having a strong.
Call the ambulance.
Is that some sort of newfangled slang?
It was written in the research notes I found. It's in the language of the angels, so I might not be reading it correctly.
But why would that be written in these notes?
Here, maybe you can read it.
Let me see now. It says, some centurions are stuffy and old-fashioned.
That's hilarious.
How true. Whoever wrote these notes must be a really brilliant researcher.
Oh no! I
Dang.
apologize on behalf of the Academy.
What is this?
Cookie Chartreuse Brontosaurus! You got it, Jake.
Oh, that's funny.
I
Good
smell
job.
burning toast.
So my goal is to just heal everyone.
Yeah, but you also have combat arts, so just, like, keep an eye on everyone's HP and use other techniques if you want to, but you have healing techniques. You can also open the menu.
Oh, wow, I just
Set
beat
your
that
arts if you
shit
want
out
to
of that
see
guy.
Everything you have available.
Healing power?
There you go. I stunned that guy and then I healed you.
One of our chatters who you virtually met in chat the other day, Smidge, also pointed out that as we get later into the game and Marta gets leveled up more, she actually becomes much easier to play with in terms of unlocking, like, new abilities and stuff that make her competent.
Oh, I didn't mean to use the healing power. Oh,
Game, she has, like, very few abilities and it's not that much fun to play with, but you might have come in at the right time for that.
nice.
Excellent!
Hey, I kept you all alive.
Yeah, and we got positive grade. See, we're working through it.
Nice. All right.
Step by step.
Chartreuse Brontosaurus, I think I'm having a stroke.
So this is one of the sort of amazing things about how, like, subtle JRPGs can be in terms of, like, your actions having impacts that you don't even realize at the time. As you see, as we're walking through this, like, there are these lightning strikes that happen and can hit us if we're not moving like I am.
Yeah.
And there's no reason that you would know this. But thanks to Aaron refreshing himself with a guide, I was able to tell and avoid it. If you get hit by lightning at least 14 times in this temple, it materially changes some of the key outcomes in the story.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And there's no way you would know that going into it blind.
Why
We may be
14?
safe though.
It's a good
considering the
question.
people in our party.
Why is that?
Just because that seems like an arbitrarily high number of times, I guess.
Yeah.
All objects. Oh yeah.
You almost have to be trying at that point, I think you might imagine.
Well then, we have nothing to worry about. We're counting on you, Mr. Lightning Rod.
lightning. Which everyone knows is the best kind of lightning.
That's my personal favorite.
So one of the fun
You already
things about
got that.
I forgot, I'm sorry.
Jesus. Now we're gonna fight this blob.
We've been doing all these bits. It's hard for me to keep track of where we've been already.
Oh wow, we destroyed that guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Healing power.
Oh, well, I healed the fuck out of you, dude.
Thanks so much.
Get ready for it. You're welcome. I think I hear 0. Got him.
Not a chance.
Healed. Consider yourself healed, dude.
Good. Gotta stay up on the HP. Very important.
Nice.
Go team.
Go team. Oh, what?
See?
I've never seen a grade that high. Since
You're
we've been
much
playing.
stronger than you think you are.
Ah.
We almost got a new party member.
Oh, you can like take him and be like, be my friend.
Yeah, if you get like this little grid that's in the left-hand corner aligns, which sort of changes with the.
You just got hit by lightning.
I did, I know. I was not paying close enough attention.
Apple gel. Okay.
But yeah, if you like use the same elements consistently in a battle, then you get a chance to like forge a pact with certain monsters from the battle. Basically bring them on as party members. Well, thankfully that was only 1 out of 14, so we still have a chance to minimize the lightning strikes.
Won't work.
These things are crazy.
Pretty ridiculous. We were in a swamp a few streams ago and stumbled upon a giant mushroom. They were some of the silliest creature types. Their sound yeah, but who's counting, right, Jake?
Oh no.
Maccabee is our resident demon who's following
Oh.
us. Yes.
Okay. I'm a
Very cute.
fan.
He's this little demon fella, an archdemon.
Little demon fella.
Oh, you got a little demon fella with you there.
Aw.
What?
I was expecting the accent.
What, unexpected Aussie?
Yeah. Unexpected Aussie.
R/.
Is it? I mostly find myself on TikTok cringe.
I know.
And then you know my notes app. It's ever growing.
I sure do. Matt basically leverages all of his doctorate level research skills for amassing a list of memes to pull out of his phone on demand and bury people inside of.
Yep.
It's good.
I bury people inside of this one notes app, which is Reddit links of TikToks. So it's at least 3 layers of just absolute fuckery.
Look, I mean, that strikes me as one of the better things to use a notes app for.
Right? You know, I don't really think notes is good for that much.
No.
No. Not like a grocery list.
No. Better that than actual research, God forbid.
Yeah.
Are you with the Vanguard too?
I'll have to show you this. I almost tweeted this out the other day because I was looking at my old notes when I was finishing my Tales of the Abyss article that I published earlier this week. I guess still, yeah, it was this week. But I found this one note where, like, I think I reused like a list of things I needed to buy for something else later
Water
on because
bottle,
it looks
kibble.
like a fever dream. So it starts out like a list of things I want, like dish soap, dishwasher pods, toilet paper, maybe the whole Final Fantasy series, all-purpose spray, dryer sheets.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's very true to my character.
I hope you save that forever. If I were you, I'd print it out. And I would put it on, at least on my fridge.
At least.
Or at most, the background for the green screen that I want you to change.
Or at least, like, above my bed, like, on the headboard.
That'd be good. Like, you know how some people put, like, a picture of the Pope there?
Is that a thing?
I don't
Some
know.
people
That
put a
seems like
picture of
something
the
someone
Pope
would do. Dude, praise.
If you live in Vatican City.
Yeah, praise be.
Okay.
But you can put that there. That's like, that reminds me of this one time. You know, I know I'm sorry, I'm derailing us, but there was one time when I was writing a grant, and then I thought it'd be really funny to, instead of signing this very important part of it, I signed it Yeet. Just really poorly written.
As one does.
And then I sent it to my boss.
Yeah. Did your boss love it?
Because I was like, he doesn't read this shit.
Right.
So I just wanted to see, would he actually notice it?
It's a good taste.
And I was like, can you sign your name? And he did, and he didn't see the Yeet, and he sent it back. And I almost sent that to the government, but then I decided not to. But I framed that. I printed that out and then put it on my... I didn't frame it, but I put it on my desk.
Oh, I kind of wish that you had framed it.
Like I pinned it onto my wall.
I think the real question is, would the government even have noticed? Because I feel like they might not have.
Probably
you
not.
You think the government reads that stuff?
Yeah, there's no way. They're just like, oh, it's signed?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, it's dated.
That's definitely words on there.
Just to bring it all the way back.
Maybe
But to bring it all the way back, I think of my grant as a JRPG. So the Vanguard.
Yeah, right. You stand at the vanguard of the government grants in order to receive.
You know, I was at
funding.
Harvard Vanguard Health Associates. Is that a group? I don't know. Okay, let's
I
just.
think Jake the lawyer is saying it would still count as a valid signature.
Well, I really hope it would.
What is IMNLO in my newly lawyerly opinion?
In my.
The L has to be like lawyerly or legal, right?
Not legal opinion. Am I not legal opinion?
Am I not legal?
Oh, I got it! Got him.
Leave it to Matt.
No, we're not. We're here with permission from the Imperial Research Academy.
Then get out of here while you still can. The Vanguard broke in and they're killing everyone they see.
That's bad. Are they joking about nicknames at the same time?
I mean, based on what we know about the Vanguard, they care about two things. Genocide and...
Hold on a second. Emil, why don't you show them the notes we found?
Notes? They appear to be regarding research on Ratatosk.
Oh.
Maybe those are the notes Relena said she dropped.
Where can we find Relena?
She was working deeper in the temple. I hope she's okay.
Let's go.
She was the one we learned was ASTER's friend, right?
We'll save Relena.
So I might have more
The rest of you,
information on
please
that
get out of here.
history.
Please request the Royal Army to be dispatched as well.
Will do. You should deliver those notes to Relena. She was obsessed with finding them.
I will.
They probably should have done another take of that line from that guy. The other voice acting has actually been very spot on.
There are some that are a little iffy, but I think especially the main characters are pretty thoughtfully voiced. The thing that is frustrating, and you actually, I think, have the benefit of not having this baggage attached, and so you can just enjoy it for what it is. But so many of the, like, characters from the original party in the first game, their voice actors were recast for this one.
Oh,
which is, like, very hard to get used to if you played through the whole first game.
Say your prayers. All right, I'm going to heal you.
Thank you. Wait, why would you heal any of us? We all have full HP. Matt, what are you saying?
I just wanted to heal you, man. Ow. All right, now you need some healing.
Now it's the right time.
When I try to not heal... There we go. Okay, I'm going to heal you. You're about to die.
There you go. Yeah, you're pretty good at HP management.
But you're about to get yeeted.
Okay. I can go on 234 hit points for days.
Nice. There we go. I don't know why that last one didn't heal you.
Shut up. That was nothing.
I love the way you said that.
Yeah, they have some interesting post-battle banter.
Who's the simp?
Definitely Marta.
Who's the biggest simp in the series?
It's funny actually because I thought of you. I almost mentioned this to you last night. One of the characters you haven't met in this stream, but one of the Vanguard members is this guy called Dex, who, like, even in this 2008 game before simp was something in like the common vernacular. He is like the picture of ultimate symptom for Alice, the girl in the Vanguard we were talking about.
Yes, yeah.
He like sprays this bad cologne on himself, and everything he does is for her. And his like ultimate art that he uses in battle is like he stares at a picture of Alice and it burns up, and he's like weeping over that and just beats the shit out of everyone.
Oh, that's so anime.
I know, it's very anime.
What the fuck is going on over here?
It looks like we're trying to get to a new area of the dungeon, but it's blocked by electricity, and I'm guessing that if we use the sorcerer's ring, yeah, we can burn off the blue electricity because that's the color we have right now.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, so it's like, if it's like...
But there was an area down there that had blue,
yes,
right?
And so I think we want to go back to there in order to continue progressing.
Okay.
We need to find places to turn the ring to the other colors, I think, to turn off those other bits of lightning.
Nice.
Living the dream.
Wow, they really took advantage of their motion control.
Oh yeah. That's why I'll always be thankful for OG Xenoblade Chronicles having the balls to publish on the Wii without a single motion control.
They're just like, we need to be on the system that's the most up to date, but like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Wait, can I see my skills?
Yeah.
I want to make sure I know what I'm actually pressing.
Yeah.
I've just been kind of...
Press plus.
Press plus?
Yeah.
Alright, go to arts.
Yeah.
Heal, so that's my normal. Substantially heal an ally. How do I know what ally I'm healing?
So if you pay attention the next time you go to cast it, if you look at the bottom like row of characters, there'll be a little thing above one character that says like target of player 2 or something.
I see.
And then you can use the directional stick to go like left or right to change the
once I've pressed it. I say okay.
That's the same one.
Oh, okay.
And then
if you press
A to like equip a certain one to one of those mappings, you can go through like the whole list of skills on that side and change it if you want to, because she has a bunch of.
Is there
different
another
skills.
healing one?
Yeah, there are other healing skills. There are attack spells. There
First aid.
All kinds of skills. Yeah, so that's
that
a lesser
doesn't seem
healing
as
skill,
good.
but
Recover.
It takes less time basically.
Resurrection.
Yeah, if someone dies, you can use that.
Oh, I can support you. What do you think would be good?
I don't know. I think it depends on how you want to roll. Healing's always good. There are different ways to boost the party. You also have a bunch of different attack skills if you want to sort of be in the fray of battle. Like Marta can be good at that too. She has good attack stuff. You can't go wrong. No pressure. No pressure.
I gotta use the enhanced cast.
Okay.
Let's see if I can figure it out.
Good luck. Test it out. Everyone is dazed, so it's the best time to test out this stuff.
I'm gonna enhance your ow, okay, this little globule is hurting me. Okay. Wait, I pressed the...
Healing power.
I see. There you go, I healed you. I did it.
Thank you.
Now I need to figure out what the buttons were that did enhance special attack.
Yeah, I forgot what you mapped it to.
Got her.
What was that?
There we go. I did it. I was doing it. I was figuring it out.
Almost 3 more points to grade. We've got a rhythm going, my man.
I'm figuring it out. I'm gonna enhance the fuck out of your special attack.
Thank you. That will have very little impact on me because I don't cast spells.
Shit, okay. Damn it. Would your defense be better? Would boosting your defense be better? Probably.
Yeah, that would help.
It was physical defense.
Under attack, yeah.
I'll switch you to that then.
Sure. I hope that didn't count as a lightning strike. It probably did.
Oh!
I
Dodge.
guess it did. Yeah.
Is that just gonna have the dude just stand there?
What?
I mean, they were like, he's tall.
Oh, yeah.
Use him.
Yeah, we're literally just gonna use Regal as our lightning rod. No, I hope not. I like Regal.
Oh, hold on, okay. I'm gonna do super quickly.
So you can take your time. They can't attack us while we're paused.
Barrier. Alright. We'll use that. So that's forward. So my up and my down are attacking. Okay, got it.
Go team.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, healing power.
I'm gonna heal you. There you go. This guy's just facing the right. He's just having a real hard time right now.
I've had days like that. I can sympathize. I feel kind of bad for taking them on like this.
It's okay, you know? Piercing swallow. Wow, he really just came in with the big punch at the end.
Oh, yeah. That's his one move.
Shut up. That was nothing.
Shut up, Marta.
Compliments you. Shut up, Marta.
Shut up.
God.
I'm right at Tosk Mode, Emil. I'm not interested in your opinion.
Okay.
This is the exact same as... Oh, I think I started to say this earlier and then I just forgot, but one of the things that's interesting about this game, too, is because of the world structure, like, we're revisiting a lot of places that we saw in the first game, but sort of with new areas added. So, like, this puzzle, for instance, and this Temple of Lightning were places like we were talking about that the party went to in the first game, but then, as we'll see, like, the area we're trying to get to that was blocked by the 3 spheres of lightning, like, that's going to be a new area. Basically, like, the original party had no reason to go there, so they didn't discover it. So it kind of, like, adds new to the old familiar
Yeah,
places
you
that
keep,
we went
like,
to in the first game.
like, opening up and re-exploring.
Yeah, exactly.
But nice.
Nice way of adding new depth to a familiar world.
The music changed.
Lloyd!
Lloyd?
That's the hero of the first game.
Okay. Oh, he's sneaking away.
You know?
Hey, this way! Lady Marta's with them!
Or it could have been the Vanguard guy who's posing as Lloyd, too. We don't know.
What should we do?
Looks like we don't have much of a choice. Yep, here they come.
Big fights. We got this.
With our favorite enemy type.
Oh no.
Little Vanguard fellas.
Alright, don't worry. I'm gonna boost your defense.
God bless you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Just need to check my text. They're not working quite right.
Nice. I think that was a good choice.
I'm inclined to agree.
Is there a way to make my my heals or my spells like go faster, or is that the speed they're supposed to go at?
Yeah, we unfortunately already have all of the equipment and skills that Marta has available at this point in the game to accelerate those. It's just sort of like unreasonably long casts. But that is one of the things with like, so the less powerful healing spells like First Aid versus Heal also take less time to cast.
I see,
so it's
okay,
part of the
okay,
trade-off.
I understand. Was he like the MVP?
Yeah, he delivered the killing blow, our Wyvern Lord buddy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, we destroyed them.
Oh, annihilated. They didn't stand a chance.
But finding Relina is more important than Lloyd if she gets caught up in the Vanguard's attack.
Right. Come on, let's hurry.
When do you get the other types of lightning?
Well, it looked like the other machines to change the function of the Sorcerer's Ring were like in that main room we passed through, but where the lightning was hitting the water. So it seems like we need to find...
Damn, he goes upstairs fast.
Yeah. Especially relative to his speed walking across flat land.
You know, I appreciate that. Like, you know, I hate it when the game's like, oh, there's a ladder. Would you like to go up it real slow?
Yeah, just the slowest speed.
Just anything Zelda?
I think it was this game I was playing where there was a ladder in one area, and it was like the least intuitive gameplay for going up and down in a ladder, where like once you started climbing it, you could not stop or switch directions until you got to the top.
Hey, that's how I feel going up ladders.
It's like if it's a long ladder, you're kind of up a creek without a paddle.
No, nice.
You gotta restock them. Although we seem to be doing really well. And
Well,
now that
I don't think
Jinx
we've been
is
using them
back.
that much. Do you automatically use them after these battles to heal yourself back up?
No.
Or do you always
have
get
to elect to use
healed to
them in
full
battle.
after?
No, neither. We've just been managing our health and TP really well.
You're welcome.
We're very good. Yeah, I know. You're a boss. A JRPG savant.
Oh, God.
First one. And you're already
Who
killing
is
him.
this?
So, this is a cat. They're sort of a anthropomorphized cat.
Okay.
They're a recurring species within these games, kind of like the Moogle in Final Fantasy. And in this game, they have the unusual and distinct importance of allowing us to manage the monsters in our party and using the recipes that we acquire from the mystical Wonder Chef who hides in different areas in order to cook for our monsters, which is unbelievably crucial in building up their stats and allowing them to evolve.
Oh my God, so this is Pokemon.
Welcome to JRPGs.
Fuck yeah. I want sashimi.
You and I both. We have that sushi place down the street.
Nice.
And now it's going to evolve into a manticore.
Wow.
Oh!
Jesus.
That's interesting.
It's gonna do some damage.
I think I had a manticore before, so I don't know if that's like gone
Did
in
it like get
evolution-
yeeted?
It might have gone in an evolutionary circle, or it might just be that that was a different monster and we got a manticore that was just higher evolved from the outset. I think that's the only one we had that could evolve. So
Okay.
just beef this one up.
You made him gnocchi bolognese, and he was really into it.
No, Matt, that was your dinner. You're
You're right.
confusing yourself with the monster again.
Sorry, man. I project a lot. I have issues.
Help me.
That's a big rock.
Yeah, we don't seem to have any way of getting around it.
You really did try.
I did my best. We have another path.
I mean, there was like a very conveniently placed door.
Yeah.
Don't run off.
I feel like the brightness on the monitor might be too high because this is not very much of a struggle for me at all in terms of navigating.
I mean,
these.
like, oh yeah, I guess you should be falling off a little bit more, but you're very bad at real-time action.
You said, what'd you say about me?
I remember when we played Until Dawn, you were freaking your shit out anytime they were just like, press B to
That's
not
different.
die.
That's
and you
not
were
real-time actions. Those are nonsensically quick action commands, like quick time events.
Okay, they're more. Yeah,
like-
okay.
That's prejudicially challenging. I stand by my inability to do those. God damn it.
It's
They really
okay.
do make me
You
lose
just
my
wouldn't
mind.
survive like a horror setting.
Oh no, I'd be the first to die. Yeah.
But you would get really far in an anime.
That's right. I would know all the tropes. I would slide right into my role in the party, which would obviously be a tank for people who know me.
How do I run away?
Oh, another thing that might be helpful is if you hold Z while you're using the control stick to make a free run.
There we go. Okay, okay.
So it's
Oh, that makes a huge difference. I'm gonna run over here and
that's good
heal
for-
myself.
Good for orienting yourself as a spell caster. I would have told you that earlier, but I didn't want to overwhelm you with controls.
Oh, he died.
Oh no!
These
Here,
things.
I can take care of that. With one of our items, speaking of. I made the mistake of putting him in our party when we just evolved him, so his base stats are stronger now. He rotates back to level 1, so he's a super weak.
Oh, okay, okay. I was gonna be like, damn. I got a new skill.
You did, and it might be one that helps you to cast spells better, so we're gonna check that out right afterwards. God damn it. These jellies do not want to be our friends.
They're powerful though.
Yeah. Spread them on a sandwich, they're really powerful.
Jesus Christ.
I'm hilarious.
Concentrate.
Decreases the chance of being interrupted. That is a classic and excellent skill.
All right, we should do that.
Oh, we absolutely should. We will.
I want it.
Oh, you're gonna have it, buddy.
I
Buckle
want
up.
it.
Oh, we need to give you even more. God, it takes so many skill points.
What is ability plus?
It lets you use a second base art right after the first one, so it's nice for
What is
like combo combos.
Damn. What is recover?
If you're gonna be knocked down by
Nah.
an enemy attack. Yeah. This
What-
one adds another like hit to your regular combos.
Yeah,
so
add
it's
that
nice.
one. That's a
Yeah,
good
okay.
one.
There we have a
What is
spare
runaway?
4 to work with. I think it makes it easier to run away from battle.
Stealth? Eh.
Yeah. Not really a lot of other good ones.
Make me stealthy, you know?
Good. I like that. I wonder if that makes it harder for enemies to like go after you in battle.
That's what I was
That would
gonna
help
say,
with
yeah.
passive spells.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it's worth
So
a shot.
I've got to immediately heal myself the next battle because I'm dying.
Oh, are you? I can just heal you right now. Oh shit, Matt. You need to manage your own HP. Buddy.
I want everyone else to live.
Why? All right, we have a lightning rod.
That's lightning. Oh, that's.
Now we should be able to go back and get our lightning color changed.
What?
Oh no! I spoke too soon!
Oh my god.
Oh,
Alright,
thank
you
God.
did it, you did it. Wow.
I got distracted and anxious from the lightning.
He was
about
just
to hit
there
me.
being like,
He was
what's
very
going on? He
concerned.
was just sweating.
Yeah. We've all been just sweating. It happens.
It's me right now.
I'm literally sweating
stressed.
bullets. It's a high anxiety situation.
It's Cinco de Mayo. The Cinco stands for stress.
I can't imagine that's true. I may not speak Spanish, but
The
that doesn't
steps
sound
in my
right.
brain was that like Cinco is 5 and
Uh-huh.
5 looks like an S and
Wait,
stress begins with an S.
oh, like the number 5 looks like an S?
Yeah.
Okay. Those are quite a few logical leaps.
It's not that many.
Although it is funny because I just finished that giant article on esotericism, and that's very much like the logic of, oh, this is like the number of letters in this word, and if you sum those numbers and like divide by the architecture of the soul, you get
Did
this,
someone
like,
just
path
drop a
to
fucking
enlightenment.
boulder on the bridge?
Not someone. Us when we were playing the first game and navigating this dungeon. So it's nice continuity, but you have no reason to know that.
God damn it.
Except now, because I told you.
I was gonna blame Ratatas.
Well, in
Rat-a-tat.
in the sense that Ratatosk seems to be bound with us now, and we were also in control of the party in the first game, so you
That's
could
true.
you could wave your hands and say it was Ratatosk
And
all along.
maybe I just will.
It's Cinco de Mayo. You have to wave your hands legally.
I'm doing it.
Isn't that right, Jake the lawyer? It's a legal obligation.
It's illegal. If you don't, then you might get arrested.
You open yourself up to legal vulnerability. That's not a term.
I don't know.
I made that up.
I don't know how the law works.
Help me, please.
Someone. Where are you going?
I was checking out the ground before I went to the place you obviously go next. Have you never dungeon crawled before?
I
Where you
have.
always go to
when
every
I do
other
my
place
Zelda
before the
dungeon
next-
crawls,
Yeah, you
I
know.
have to do everything.
That's right. And you start with the stuff that seems optional, so then you don't get blocked out of it.
That's
when you
true,
advance the
yeah.
story.
No, that's true, that's true.
Gaming
That's true.
101 stuff.
God, that bat just wants to fight.
Well, so he'll have it. If he wants it, he'll get it.
Alright.
Jake says it's a tort.
It is
That
a tort,
tracks.
though. Okay, telling me that the Z is like free run just opened
Changed
up
your
my
life.
goddamn world.
What can I say except
How did you die?
Well, they hit me, and then they hit me again, and then they wombo comboed me.
Are the enemies just getting stronger right now?
We're just paying less attention than we got.
That's true. I'm trying to heal you. I'm trying to heal you.
We also, again, like I cannot stress enough
You're
what a bad
healed.
decision it was for me to change the class of that monster when we don't have the ability to level it up right away. Because it's like a level 1 monster versus maybe level 35 monsters, so that's a big part.
Okay, now I have to heal myself.
Yeah, see, you already died again.
Concentrate on the enemy.
I'll switch him out of the battle party after this. if you remind me.
I need to heal myself real quickly. And then I'm gonna give you some defense.
Jesus!
I was trying to heal.
Bro!
My heal takes so goddamn long.
You should have used first aid.
Huh?
Should have used first aid. I'm
Is
using
this your
my mystic
ultimate?
art. Yes. Because it's come to this, Matt.
Dude, these
We have
bats
to survive
are...
at all costs. This is such overkill for one bat. It's like using a
Dude, that
nuclear
looks-
warhead against an ant farm.
You can't even see the bat.
That's right. No, it's bits and pieces at this point.
You did 9,000. That's like 10 times that bat's HP.
Just absolute death.
Oh, our friend's about to die.
One of our friends is dead. I guess I'll handle
I was
our friend
about
who can
to
actually hold
heal
his
him,
own
but you
first.
got him.
I got him. Yeah, this battle has been the best part so far, Jake. I don't know whether to say thank you or be offended by that, honestly.
We're doing so good. What is going on? What are you equipping now?
I have to revive our poor Manticore
No, he's
friend.
useless. Dude, think about the kind of asset that I am to the team, and then think of him.
Matt, he has to be alive at the end of the battle if he won't get the XP, and then he'll stay at level 1 and continue to be useless. Whereas now, he'll level up like 3 times or something.
We still got a positive grade, so...
See? Barely, but yes. We made it.
Did we have 3 deaths against a bat?
We don't have to answer that. I plead the
we
fifth.
can answer that.
Okay.
See, look how well I managed our goddamn health.
Yeah, we got
You guys
there.
just need to get it together.
That's right. You're very good and we are very bad, and we apologize. Alright, we'll swap in our demon buddy who has
Okay,
reasonable
yeah, I thought,
stats.
just so we can continue the goodness.
That's true. I am sorry it took that long to unload Emil's ult. That
Well, it's because
that
we
is a lot
were
of
just
fun.
doing so well.
That's true. I know. We didn't have to call on it before this. Make sure this guy has his skills.
Maccabees.
Maccabees.
Who came up with these names?
It's a good question. It's one of the things we were talking about even in the last game. Like, they borrow many different names from many different traditions.
I guess
so
you
it's
wanna
a little
die.
bit of a cultural melting pot.
I guess you want to die. I'll give you some defense.
Oh, Jake Tenebrae sadly cannot participate in battles. He's a centurion, so he gets monsters to battle for him, basically. It's a strict and complex hierarchy.
Oh, healing power.
I'm gonna heal our dragon friend.
Yep.
He's healed. I'm gonna heal our other friend. How'd you get health back?
I might have like an item that rebuilds health over time or something. You have an ult too that you should be able to use.
I can let it go at some point. Piercing swallow. Piercing swallow. What did I just do?
I'm not sure.
Nice.
Go
Okay, come on. That was
At least
good.
make it challenging.
Yeah, we're getting into a rhythm.
At least make it challenging.
Our demon buddy has some good synergy with us.
There we go.
I like him. Demons, dragons, big tanky guys. Those are my monsters of choice.
Do you have a lot of demons?
So many. They all live in my closet. No, those are skeletons. I'm so sorry. One of those things. The spooky stuff.
There's a demon right there.
Eevee, the ultimate demon.
The ultimate demon.
Demon Doge.
Shit. Nice.
For the dating app Hinge, you can do different like prompts to answer, right? So
when did we
one
get
of
on
the
this?
ones that I did. No, it's related.
Okay.
So one of them is 2 truths and a lie, right? And so for my lie, I put that when I was growing up, I had 4 dogs from the same litter who were brothers and sisters, and they were all named Cerberus. Speaking of like demon dogs, right?
That's pretty funny.
Pretty
Do you
good,
want to know
right?
what I did for that question?
Of course
Way back
I
in
do.
the day?
Of course I do.
2 truths and a lie.
Right.
I said, I'm depressed,
No.
I'm not depressed,
No.
and my name's Matt.
That's maybe the most you way of
Is that a
responding
good
to
one?
that prompt.
And the other one I still remember is it was like, what's something you'll never do you've done once and you'll never do again?
Yeah.
I said, be birthed.
I hate you so much.
And lo and behold, I had so much success. It really worked.
There you go. It's definitely it's memorable. I mean, I would want to know who's that crazy
You're like,
fellow.
who is this? And why are they damaged?
And how can I fix him? Oh, I
Joe?
really hope we don't have to go all the way back to change the function of the sorcerer's ring for this, but I fear we might.
Oh, okay.
Shots fired. That tracks though.
It does.
It does. Alright, I think this is so annoying. So, do you like this? And this is, if I had to give one gripe about these games, and I think JRPGs oftentimes do this in general, they like engineer ways for you to go through a bunch of the dungeon more times than you have to.
Yep.
So in this case, we have the lightning sorcerer's ring skill equipped, and I think we need it on fire to be able to burn the ropes. So now you have to go all the way back to the thing that changes the mechanism of the sorcerer's ring to change it back to fire element in order to burn those ropes.
It's all about the victory laps. You clear the area, and then you go back through it, and you remember the good time you had when you were murdering everything.
But it's not even victory laps because all the monsters respawn so fast that you have to just kill them again.
It's okay, as long as there's no bats.
There's gonna be so many bats, dude.
Dude, the bats wrecked us.
Yeah,
They killed us 3 times.
I know. I don't want to talk about it.
That's okay.
It hurts my pride. And I keep living in fear that we're going to be hit by this lightning 14 times.
Hey, you dodged that guy. Big rock boy. Oh, my, shit.
It's hard. It's so
oh,
hard.
my God.
Buckle up. Oh, this is the exact party that wrecked us last time.
Oh, shit.
It's okay.
All right, I'll give you a buff.
We have a better monstrous.
Oh, I pressed the wrong button.
We have Maccabees. Maccabees will carry us.
Oh, you're about to die. Please run away while I finish
I'm
healing
trying.
you.
I'm stunned. Oh,
I was about to get a heal off
Can
on
I make you
Oh.
revive me? I think I can do
I got you. Keep fighting them. Oh,
had to do it.
Wow, we were really just unleashing it on these bats. I hope this is against one bat again.
It is funny because I don't think it can target more than one, whereas it clearly deals enough damage to kill like most of them.
What's my ult? Should I just use it for the memes?
You should try it. We haven't done it yet.
How do you use it?
I'll tell you after this.
Why don't you tell me now?
Well, because it requires. There are steps involved, Matt. I have to walk you through it.
Okay, let me finish healing you. Though.
Okay. You tell me when you're ready. Why don't we do it now?
Okay, I'm physically and mentally ready.
All right, press plus.
Press plus?
Yeah, we have to look at your arts to make sure you have the right art equipped because you need to like go into your Mystic art from like a high level art. So go back to the Crescent Dance and Dancing Swallow. Go back to arts. Look at Crescent Dance. No, look at Dancing Swallow. Okay, so pick one of your combat arts to replace and press A on whichever one you want to replace.
Pick one of my pick one of these to replace it.
So now go down and you want to pick one that says arcane instead of base because that's one of like the higher level arts that you have. Do you have arcane arts?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. Let's keep
going.
going.
You can try going into it from one of the base arts. We can see if that works. I'm not sure with Marta.
All right. So what do I do?
Well, we have to wait until that gauge at the bottom that's at like a quarter of the way filled is all the way filled.
Oh, it's like we can all only use it a little bit. I understand.
And it needs to be at full to use it.
Well, you know what? We annihilated them.
Annihilated might be strong. We survived.
Oh, come on. Did you see yourself beat the shit out of that bat? Who made bat? This happened in Zelda too. They made bats, like, annoying, and they're just always in the worst places, and they wreck you.
I even have really bad memories with Zubats in Pokemon, speaking of that, because I feel like they always are really good at evading and will poison you and junk. I think bats just are, like, that tough combination of flying and also small hitbox, where it's hard to hit them, so it's just, like, they're more annoying than you would think they would be.
Oh, I've been meaning to ask this. Can we play this game like a Nuzlocke?
Say more.
Can we just, when someone's dead, they're dead forever?
I don't know that this supports that. And I don't know that I support that.
No, I don't know. You should think about it.
Yeah, the metaphysics of Nuzlocking a JRPG.
The metaphysics.
Listen, if it's not metaphysical, I'm out.
It might just be physical.
No, that's boring.
Saving again.
Listen, I had a bad experience with the remaster of Tales of Symphonia, which was not even old. They remastered it this year, where like I was just navigating a dungeon and I tried to go to the next screen of it, and it went to a black screen and never came back. So I lost like an hour of gameplay. So
Damn.
now I have like high anxiety though, making sure I always save.
We've all been there.
I know, we've all been there, but haven't we mostly all been there like 15 years ago? Like, it is rare for that to happen with a modern game.
That's true.
I almost felt like because it was a remaster of a 2003 game, like they were trying to be faithful to the original by keeping that junk in there.
In some ways, I remember thinking about that when I was playing Bioshock Infinite, because the way that they do the chapters is you have to finish the entire chapter. You can't almost finish it, or you reset back to the beginning.
Right.
But I also think there's a lot of reasons why that's like interesting thematically.
Like what?
You know, like in terms of like the physics of the story itself, there's like an interesting meaning in oh, press the wrong one. In never mind, I'm fucking this guy up. In, you know, things almost being like you can kind of redo stuff with knowledge of how it works out. I don't know, I always just thought it was interesting. I thought it kind of worked.
Yeah, and that idea of like redoing once you know things, that's very consistent with a lot of what the story is about in Bioshock Infinite.
Remember that. Oh, wow, they just did critical damage to me.
Alright, so if you want at some point, you can try using one of your like attack arts and then like holding B as you're doing it.
Holding B?
Yeah, that might trigger your Mystic Art.
I held B during it, but it didn't work. But I did fuck him up.
Another thing to try is if you want to open the plus menu at some point. That's something else you can try.
Nah, it's okay, it's okay. I'm vibing with this.
Okay.
I'm enjoying, like, I'm beating the shit out of this guy.
You are. Yes. You can
Got
get
him.
quite a lot of damage.
Nice.
Go team.
Wow, go team.
Takes a village.
Nice level up.
Thanks, man. That's what it's all about. You gotta climb those level tiers.
This doesn't really taste like an upside down cake.
Matt, I don't know that I could tell you with a gun to my head what an upside down cake tastes like.
Wow.
Paint me a word picture.
Of an upside down cake?
Yeah.
Oh no.
When was the last time you ate an upside down
Think
cake?
like
Is that a common thing?
No.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But like it's just a cake. And then the way that it works is that you put like pineapples, let's say in this case, that with like, you know, probably like butter and sugar and shit. And then you put the cake on top of it, like the cake mix.
Okay.
You bake it that way so that when you flip it over, like it's baked, you take it, you flip it over, and then take the cake thing off, and now the pineapples are on the top.
Hence upside down cake.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just vanilla-y cake with like caramelized pineapples on it.
See, that seems like a lot of work. What? It does. Why can't we burn these things? Can we burn this one? Oh, okay.
There you go. Nice.
Couldn't I burn the other one?
This.
Alright, that's something.
These lightning rods are aggressive.
Yeah, they really are. I was really hoping to be able to burn more of these ropes, but
Boy, oh boy, do I love
that's the only one we need.
this, these motion controls.
It's the highlight of the game, isn't it? So intuitive.
So intuitive.
Do you remember though, like back when the Wii first came out, like people were losing their minds over it. They thought it was so innovative, the motion
I mean, like, when the Kinect first came out and Wii Sports and all that shit, that was whack. Jake, I don't know. I don't think a bundt cake, I mean, I guess, but I think the upside down cake, part of it is that there's like something special you put on the bottom and then you flip it over and now it's on the top.
Is that how bundt cakes work?
I mean, a bundt cake is like, you don't put anything on the bottom, but you do like bake it in a thing, and then when it's like cooked, you flip it over and take it out.
Well, I think if you flip it, then it's still upside down in the relevant sense, right?
I guess that's
Even
true.
if
It
you didn't
depends
put
on
stuff
what
on
is
the
the
bottom.
part that matters the most to you that, you know, is now right side up.
Oh, but the name of the cake isn't like stuff that was on the bottom and now it's on the top.
But it is
cake.
called a
It's just
pineapple
cake.
upside down cake. So like the pineapple was upside down, now it's right side
Sure,
up.
but then by definition, if it's called a pineapple upside down cake, then the pineapple isn't like an essential aspect of an upside down cake because you had to add it as a further specification.
But it's weird that we're saying it's upside down now when it's no longer upside down. It should be called a pineapple right side up cake.
Or like cake that you flipped after baking. It's all branding, man. That's at the end of the day, because that would not be as catchy, right?
I guess so. Anyway,
really dissecting the
I like
mythology
cake.
of cakes here. It doesn't have any power. Oh, now we have to. Okay, we have to go back and turn off the lightning rod that we activated up above in order to get this device to.
I will say this dungeon, well made.
Mostly because it's. I think they're. Kind of piggybacking off of the success and puzzles of the dungeon in the last game, because this is a lot of what you had to navigate in the previous game.
Did he just say die, scum?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of aggressive.
That is literally the entire character of Ratatosk Mode Emil. Pure aggression.
I'm gonna give you some defense.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then I'm gonna heal our friend.
Boy, they're just loving Daisy in this stream.
Wow, he thought he would fucking mess with me.
His mistake.
Well, okay, he did mess with me. It works. Can it please be on another bat?
No. I'm sorry. I think it's on a little birdie fella this time.
Okay, at least this looks more appropriate. It's like big thing.
Yes. Slightly more warranted.
It's like using Hyper Beam on a Sybak.
Yeah.
Oh, I see the whole... I didn't pay that much attention to that at first. Like, how he looked like he became a different person briefly.
Oh yeah, like he's totally just maniacal and kind of, as they've been saying, like he seems kind of possessed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you notice, like, normally outside of battle, he even has green eyes, whereas in battle he has red eyes, so it feels very different. Hey, Smidge, welcome back.
Sup, Smidge?
This is the fella who was in the chat last time. Now he's here in person.
Yes, I was, drunk in the chat.
You sure were.
Now I'm drunk on stream.
Well, you're not drunk.
I'm not, but, you know, God, I'd
You were the other day, but that was warranted because you were free from, like, a 6-year commitment to your doctoral program.
That's
so
true.
That tracks.
Oh, the drunk. Hey!
That's your whole brand, you see?
It's okay. We literally have, like, beers lined up right in front of us. It's nice.
Cinco de Mayo.
They're good.
Smidge, you missed my 3.5-minute recap of the entirety of Tales of Symphonia.
You took 10
and
minutes.
Dawn of the New World so far.
I gave
it
you
clocked
3.
in at like 8 total.
Okay.
But I got through all
back.
of the first game in 3.5, which I am very impressed with.
You did, actually. That was very good. I think you were nervous going into explaining the second one.
Well, yeah, because I was looking at the clock and I was like, oh, I have 20 seconds to
I think
describe
there's something
this
to
whole
seeing
game.
the totality of the game. Like, you had played through the first one, so you know the entire arc of the story. It's easier to explain it
100%.
versus something where you're only halfway through.
Yeah, and I think when you're describing a game, like, while you're in the act of playing it as opposed to in review, like, you almost have to describe more stuff because, like,
you're still processing.
Yeah, and the processing of the plot is, like, paying off the reveals of much more information per minute in the previous parts of the game.
I also like this random cat. Why is this cat here?
To these dungeons.
It reminds me of the guy in Resident Evil.
I feel like
Resident Evil 4, who's just like, you want guns? And you're like, yeah, sure.
They do seem to pretty consistently have excuses for why they're in the dungeon. So let's see what this cat says. Oh, they're just talking about ways to navigate the dungeon. But I think the first time we talked to it, it had a reason of like, oh, I wandered in here because I'm an idiot or something like that. Got to evolve our Wyvern Lord.
Ooh.
You okay there, Jim?
I'm great.
Good. All right, what are next?
Can you pronounce that for me?
I've been saying rhodochrosite, but you're the one with the scientific background, so you tell
What
me
is
if that's
that?
right.
Like, what do you think that's is genus and species name?
I don't know. It looks like it could be quasi-scientific.
I guess. I don't know.
What would you say, rhodochrosite? That sounds
seems
just
extra.
nonsensical.
No, I don't like that.
No.
Rhodochrosite.
That just sounds like I don't know how to speak.
Rhodochrosite.
We've reached the end of one of these evolutionary paths too. Smidge, how much have you been paying attention? Do you know the items that we need to evolve the Wyvern Lord? Smidge was helping me last time in terms of figuring out the special items.
That's good, because I'm not lending you
It's
much
like-
help.
Well, but it's like, you get this because you know Pokemon. It's like Pokemon where some of the like higher tiers of evolutions, you need a special item in order to evolve. It's,
Or
it's
like you
literally
need a
just that.
stone, or you need
Yes.
to like level up its whatever its friendship has
You
to be
need to
high.
wait until the 3rd day of the 5th month under thunderstorming weather and then spin in a circle 3 times and throw your Eevee into the ocean and it'll come back as like a super evolved legendary beast. That's what it felt like in
Throw
Arceus.
your Eevee into the ocean.
Not this Eevee, but you know.
Not this
another
Eevee.
She is so tired.
She would just
Oh,
float
I
right
got
to
hit
the
again.
top.
God damn it. I'm sure that's only like 3 times. I think we're fine.
Bright
Bright flame.
Do you have that? Did you just get hit by lightning again?
I keep getting distracted by the chat. I don't think we're anywhere near 14 times those either.
Jake is supposed to be keeping track.
Well, I can always...
Do you know where the bright flame statue is?
It's something that we have to craft. It takes
Oh.
items to make. Do you have the item list, Smidge? We can check the inventory. See if we can go back and find a place to synthesize.
No, that's not. What? He just is just saying
He
7.
Just pull 7 out of his ass.
Let's do this. I'm gonna heal myself to start. No, I'll heal the other guy. They need more help than I do.
The Maccabees.
Oh, healing
Isn't the Maccabees the name of the like the Jews who were exiled from Egypt or something?
Same.
Something in Jewish history.
I was actually exiled from Egypt.
I don't think that's true.
Are you sure? Okay, this guy needs to stop.
Well, Smidge, here's the thing. I'm not wedded to the ogre, right? I'm very excited about a monster I've bonded with who battles well with us and is at the maximum level, right? So if that's gonna pan out as the wyvern mode, that's easier to get than the ogre. I'm okay with fighting that. You also said there was like one other Philosopher's Stone per playthrough, right? So we could conceivably find it. You would probably have to tell me where it is, but we could find it.
I like how if I press this thing, I just alright. Like if I press like attack and she's so far away, she's like, I'm gonna go fucking run.
Yes, that's the power of what.
Oh my god! Stop fucking dying.
Let me give you a moment to breathe.
I don't need a moment to breathe. I'm out on the side. I'm taking care of all y'all. You're boosted. I'm healing everyone. Oh no, I'm doing great.
All right.
At least it's not bats.
It's true. Nothing could be worse than bats. Oh fucking nice.
Yeah, I'm fucking insane. Alright, I'll heal you.
It's the best.
That laugh does kill me. It's so fucking funny.
I want to pull that shit out of the game and make it my ringtone.
I know. Oh, nice. Oh, did I get the last hit?
I think you did.
So scared.
You were more scary.
What? Did she say I was so scared, and then he said you were more scared?
I think what he says is you were more scary, but I'll be honest, that is one of the post-battle dialogues that I never understood as a kid, and now here as an adult, I still don't totally get what they were going for.
I think they should have retake that.
Maybe it was lost in translation from the Japanese or something. 'Cause, yeah, something does not quite just like seem intelligible from that.
Nice.
So you gave me too much anxiety about the lightning, and so now I'm having.
You're doing fine.
Than I was before.
Wow, you're saying it's the alcohol.
It's performance anxiety, man. But we still haven't fallen.
It's performance anxiety.
Alright, so now we should be able to go all the way back and activate that machine.
Okay.
Oh, but I wanted to check because Smidge was gracious enough to give us the list of items that we need for that other one, so I want to see if we have those. Dragon's Blood and Dragon's Anger. Dragon's Blood.
Yes.
Dragon's Horn. Oh, we don't have Dragon's Anger. I'm guessing, based on what we figured out about the other evolution statue in the last stream, that that's some kind of like end game item that you don't get until very late, because that was the case for the one needed to evolve the ogre too.
Okay. Well, you know, he's still doing. That guy's doing good. We don't need to
for sure
mega evolve him yet.
Yeah, and I think he still has room for growth. Like his level's not capped yet, so he's fine. Okay, now we go all the way back down.
Don't get hit by the lightning, though.
Okay, I'll try.
Quest for an A or S quest?
Oh,
Does that mean like
yes.
towards the
Well, yes, Smidge reminded me during the
difficulty?
last stream that, yeah, so there are these very kind of, in my opinion, like tedious side quests that are very sort of arcade style that the cats can give you that are like different levels and will net you different rewards.
Mhm.
And so I guess some of the like late stage craft items you can access like by doing those quests. But even those quests like only become available later in the game, so we still kind of have to wait it out before we get access to those, I think.
I see. Alright, nice.
Yes.
So what have we learned in this cave?
I've learned that it's harder to avoid lightning than I expected early on, and I'm a little embarrassed by that if I'm being real.
I wonder if the counter resets. When you
I don't think it does.
Oh shit.
No, but I there's no way we're at 14, so I think we're fine.
No,
I just need to like pay more attention to it from here on out.
In some ways, you're always at 7.
In what ways? No, why don't you name one way in which I'm always at 7? No, so I don't think she has gotten
Piercing swallow.
She just got the first tier whatever the skill is that makes it harder for enemies to interrupt you. Concentration. She just got that skill.
Oh yeah, that was good. That's helpful.
Yeah, I don't think she does those main skills yet.
Crescent dance.
Keeping an eye out for her.
Nice. Wow.
Go team. Demon MVP, baby.
He did great.
I do wish that you could control the monsters.
That'd be nice,
a lot of
right?
fun. Yeah. They got cool moves.
How many goddamn times?
Shut up!
Are we gonna go through this area?
Hopefully not that many more. We only have one more color of lightning to get. And I think we're on like the last puzzle to access it, and then we should be good.
Yeet.
We just have to go up here and figure out the right path to send the lights up this machine in order to do whatever the machine wants us to.
Oh, there's a monster that can drop the dragon's anger potentially, but you need Marta's item finder.
Oh, a monster here. Well, that would be convenient, but I'm pretty sure we don't have that.
Oh no.
Oh, well, that would also be good. That is the extremely rare base item that you need to make any of the evolution stones. There's only like 2 per
But we
playthrough.
don't have that skill.
I don't
for
think
her.
so. I'm gonna double check. Yeah, we don't have it yet. Maybe she gets it soon though. That's good to. I mean, we can always come back to.
Good to know.
Okay, I think we want to get the light up to this one, if memory serves. So now I just got to retrace the steps of how to route it to here. I think we want to destroy these blocks. And I think we want to destroy these blocks, and then I think we should be good.
Good.
Watch and be amazed, Matthew, at the unparalleled acumen of someone who has done this very puzzle many times.
How
before
many
as a
times
child. I don't
now?
want to talk about it. At least 7.
I will say I am mesmerized every time by how fast you go down the stairs.
Thank you.
The speed is amazing.
It's just absolutely booking it.
It's just booking it. Oh, I understand the puzzle.
Got it in 1 to explode the rock that we dropped way back in the day.
Oh shit.
And that's called parallelism.
Oh my god.
Yes, it's all connected.
Some might say we were between a rock and a hard place.
I'm gonna have to politely ask you to leave my stream and never come back.
But I want to stay. You have beer.
Well, fine. Drink my libations. Make jokes at my audience's expense. Alright, see? That wasn't so hard. It was a little tedious, but it wasn't that hard.
It was, there's a little bit of a going back and forth.
I do think, like I said, the cat's quests are tedious in the sense of just being very arcadey and grindy through monsters. These dungeons, I think, are less tedious than they are, like, just interesting puzzles to sort of methodically work through. Like, sort of just... Like
it probably feels more... whatever, like you're kind of going through the motions right now because you are just going through the motions right now. So,
but kind of going through the motions of like, if you just understand the process and are working through like the solving of a Rubik's Cube or something, right? There is something just cathartic and meditative about that.
Sure.
Oh, right, we can't take on Cat's quests in a dungeon anyway. I was about to check. And now we go all the way back one more time, and then we should be in the new area of the temple.
Just avoid the bat.
And the lightning, the actual important shit.
It's okay. I kind of want to know what happens if you get hit by the lightning the whole time. Like, get hit by it 14 times.
You have a bad time. That's all I want to say about that. shit goes wrong.
Good.
Smidge knows what I'm talking about. It's always that bad. You're right.
Say your prayers.
Wait, you get hit?
No, Smidge, we're just talking about. I've had anxiety the whole time going through this dungeon because if you get hit by the lightning 14 times, then the thing that I assume you know what happens, and I'm trying to avoid that outcome of the story.
Getting
So
yeeted.
we have not been hit 14 times, but let's just say I've been hit more times than I. Yeah, no, that's the threshold, which is a high threshold. So it's like, yeah, you should try it as. I mean, it's different.
Oh
but
god, I'm about to die.
It's suboptimal. Let's put it that way. Well, heal yourself. You alone have the power to heal yourself.
I did it! They keep coming after me, this one guy.
Well, that's because, it's
Also, you're about to get yeeted.
I'm good. I'm smart.
I'm gonna heal you. How'd you just get healed?
Oh, do you know what? It's because the monsters in our party have first aid. I taught them first aid, so they can.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Go team.
Go team.
You're so amazing.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Never speak again. Cross your fingers. Ugh.
God damn it! You need to up your charisma.
I don't think that we've actually gotten a single monster from this dungeon.
We
to
haven't.
join
They
us.
all keep running away.
It's because of you.
It's what I'm wearing.
You smell weird.
I'm sorry.
They can sense it.
Evie still loves me.
That's right. She's the exception that proves the rule. Alright. At least that's a full heal save. We like those. Not all the save lets heal you. That
A
one
good
is.
save.
Alright.
All right, we
last
can
one.
do it. You can do it.
It's the
Dude, look at this.
countdown.
Look at these motion controls being properly used in this game.
The amount of effort I had to put in to figure out the right place in this little streaming setup to put the Wii motion sensor for it to actually work was like more effort than I wanted. Leave it at that.
Oh.
No, we haven't done the Earth Temple yet. They routed us here first. I don't think it's even on our map yet. Oh yeah, our favorites. This is the guy I was talking about who was the OG simp before simp was in the
Oh my
vernacular.
god!
You get to meet him!
I
You'll see what I mean immediately.
Can't wait.
Woman, I can understand why a whiff of my alluring scent might cause you to freeze up.
This is not the woman for whom he simps.
But if you don't get out of the way, I'll kill you.
Don't be ridiculous. I have no interest in someone like you. But the Centurion's core up ahead is far too
Swipe
dangerous.
left.
His energy is like doesn't know how to control his bodily movements.
Yeah,
but
he's
thinks
just-
he's a K-pop star, so he's kind of
really
okay
just
with it.
going for it.
I believe that must be Relina.
Dex, stop it!
For all our sakes,
Aster.
we're begging you.
Aster.
She also made that call right away.
Marta, don't you dare get in my way.
Jesus
Oh my
Christ!
god!
Oh, that was the first time we got to see his sword come out of his coffin thing. Are those pictures of Alice on the inside? Almost certainly.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Very like high school locker vibes.
Oh.
You sure you can survive without going all Ratatosk mode on me, kid?
Oh my god. Beating the crap out of him. Oh yeah, that's something else that I didn't think would be relevant, but in our last stream we saw Dex kind of like losing his mind beating the crap out of someone in a way that like did not totally make sense. So we're wondering whether there might be something sort of influencing his
Is
mental
he
state.
okay?
Like this power? How do you like this beauty? How do you like this aroma?
It's terrible.
I'm sweating!
Why can't I go into Ratatosk mode? Without it, I can't.
Now die as you yearn for me.
No!
What a line. I'm gonna steal that one.
I'm good.
Help me. The other me, you have to
I'm
help me.
gonna die smelling this cologne.
That would be truly
Please.
a fate worse than death.
Did Ratatosk say,
You
like,
always
fuck
make me
this
do your
cologne?
dirty work.
That's a really cool line. And the blackout. I like that.
Door to the boundary. Open.
That felt very, Have you played Final Fantasy IX? That felt very
No.
Final Fantasy IX to me. Oh, you should play Final
I
Fantasy
know.
IX. You would love Final Fantasy IX. Actually, there are some interesting parallelisms between this and that that I hadn't been thinking about until now.
Wait, door to the boundary.
It's got to be the dimensional boundary.
That we don't, yeah.
Oh, and we didn't.
Oh,
what the
fuck?
Oh, Jesus Christ! Why haven't we been doing this shit the whole time?
That seems very useful.
Arguably OP. Stop it, Emil! You can't just throw people into a black hole. Emil, that kills people, Emil.
Where did they go?
We're saved.
Don't worry about it. But my God, at what cost?
Yeah, what was that anyway? It sucked Relina right in.
I still love, I know I've been belaboring this in previous streams, but the idea of like Regal and Sheena and the other heroes from the original Tales of Symphonia go through the whole world, learn everything about it, and then 2 years later they're going on this new journey and people are doing crazy shit they've never seen, like opening doors between universes. Like, they would be losing their minds. I'm losing my mind a little bit.
Emil,
Well,
was that a power of Knight of Ratatosk?
I think so.
Allegedly.
I don't know.
You think so? That's a little vague.
The
Don't worry
last
about
time I was smelling, the last thing I remember is he was smelling his cologne, and now his cologne's gone.
I just said the words that popped into my head. You can blame Ratatosk for that.
Yeah, Emil said make the
Okay.
smell go away, so I sucked it into another dimension.
I mean, he did say he was gonna die. I like how everyone watched.
Yeah.
Everyone just watched as he was like, am I gonna die?
Yeah, that was kind of interesting that they all just didn't try to stop Dex at all.
I think it's kind of their fault.
How the hell should I know?
It was kind of
I don't even know
isolated.
how I did it in the first place.
Hey, don't be mean to her.
Who cares about that
I
woman
heal you
anyway?
all the fucking time.
Did you ever play Final Fantasy VII?
No.
Matt, we need to talk about your JRPG.
I don't have that much JRPG experience.
So, okay.
I'm really enjoying it, though.
Well, so maybe this will be your gateway
I read that
drug,
at
which
Who
is good.
Cares About Women anyway, for like a hot second.
Oh my god.
The anti-simpage.
It's I mean, it's a little bit of a similar sentiment coming from this guy. I know, yeah, they can't spare a thought of sympathy for Dex, you're right, Smidge. But anyway, in Final Fantasy VII, without giving anything away, because you should just suck it up and play that classic and amazing story, but one of the sort of very classic, like, character model motions that the main character does when he's kind of going through similar identity crises is this amazing, like, shrugging motion, like he doesn't know how to make sense of the world or himself and doesn't really care. And that shrug that Ratatosk Modemil just did was like super evocative
I like
of
that.
Yeah.
What are you saying? We can't just leave her like that. Aren't you worried about her?
I don't even know where she is.
Oh, I care. Anyway, there's nobody in our way now. We can go look for the
I
Centurions.
literally wrote her out of the story. We don't have to care about that now.
She's gone.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
What the
Wow.
hell? What was that for?
You're despicable.
Oh man, that's a different side
I
of
may
Marta.
have an idea where Relina went.
You knew this whole goddamn time.
Tenebrae is definitely holding out on us.
He knows some shit.
He
The
knows some
technique
stuff.
Emil just performed is reminiscent of that which Lord Ratatosk used to return the Centurions to their altars. Therefore,
Suspicious.
I believe Relina may have been sent to one of the altars.
Ratatosk is able to transport people that easily?
Oh, you did just
No,
see it.
He should only be able to do it with Centurions.
Oh.
Which leads me to believe that someone inside the rift may be in possession of a Centurion's core.
Yeah, this is really like even the more we're learning about Ratatosk, the more he seems to be this god that transcends like any sort of characters or god figures we met in the first game, which is kind of wild and similarly expands the scope of the world. in
Yep,
ways that
and
we
it
were
just
talking
it's
about
gonna
earlier.
keep getting
Yeah,
bigger
for
and
sure.
bigger.
Power creep, but in the most narratively satisfying.
I
way.
want Tenebrae to get even more fucking powerful.
The literally one of the things that we learned in the first scene where we were told stuff about Centurions was as they awaken and you make pacts with more monsters from their element, they grow more stronger. So that is literally how they work.
Okay.
They just amass more power.
Well, he
as you
also
go
is.
through the
He's
world.
seen some shit. He's been around.
Evidently, yeah.
I mean, he's holding out.
Yeah, big time.
Power reacting with the core may have pulled in those nearby as well.
That sounds complicated. So where are you saying Relina is?
If my theory is correct, she would be at the altar of a Centurion whose core neither we nor Lloyd currently possess.
So
Or
lightning
space.
Earth?
Let's check out the altar here. Let's go.
Hurry up!
That would be convenient if they were just like transported to an altar just up the stairs.
Yeah, like 5 steps
Yeah,
away.
I just threw him up there. Insensitive jerk.
That would be the best.
What is
like,
the? Why does it
just
say
dodge.
press C to be an insensitive jerk?
Not to be to trigger the skit titled "Insensitive Jerk."
Oh.
You would be an insensitive jerk either way, so you don't have to worry about it.
Hey!
That art you used back there was really something.
That wasn't me. It was Ratatosk.
You said something about a boundary. Can Ratatosk's power affect the very fabric of space and time?
Such power can only be used to a limited degree.
If Rain were here, she'd be demanding a repeat performance, no doubt.
Shouldn't we be
Transport
hurrying
me
to the altar?
again.
Yeah,
You're
right.
that worried about this woman?
Of course I am. Not that I'd expect an insensitive jerk like you to understand.
What?
Ugh.
Why do you care so much? I picked her up and put her somewhere else.
She's just somewhere else.
I just took
Fuck.
Bikini Bottom and pushed it somewhere else. Yeah, I know you missed the bats. So
I
found more
really
bats
missed
for
the
you.
bats. Don't worry. I'm gonna give you that buff that you need. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. It's okay. Oh, jeez.
Can't I be able to now take the monsters in battle and put them somewhere else? That would be pretty convenient.
Exactly. Why
It's
did we
like
have
the,
a book about
Well,
us?
since you're illiterate in your RPGs, you won't get this, but the classic Final Fantasy thing where there are moves that can just like blow your party members literally out of the battle, and there's nothing you can do about it. And it doesn't matter how much HP they are.
Okay, I take offense to that, calling me illiterate in JRPG.
I take offense to you not having played Final Fantasy VII. Forget about 9.
You haven't played much Pokemon.
That's true. I don't feel like that's on the same order in terms of JRPGs specifically. And I have played Pokemon, I just haven't played like the traditional ones.
Let's
I played
fight.
Arceus, I played Colosseum, I played Scarlet.
You played Colosseum?
That was one of my first games.
That's
on
kind
the-
of crazy.
on the
That's such
GameCube.
like an. I feel like that's like a weirdly niche one for that to be your first one.
That's one of the things I've been thinking a lot about over the last year or so, because like I played Scarlet, and I had really mixed feelings about it because it felt weird to me, and then I was reflecting that I think part of the reasons it felt weird was that it was a very like standard Pokemon formula, where my first exposure to the series was Colosseum and then Arceus, both of which are very much like non-traditional Pokemon games, and Gale of Darkness, which is sequel to Colosseum, so you get the same stuff. So I don't know how much like the traditional Poke formula meshes with me.
Yeah. Are they using their
Emerald? That's the one with Rayquaza, right? See, I know a few things about Pokemon.
Wait, Emerald is so good. I love Gen 3.
Yeah.
I'm a simp for Gen 3.
That's the one that's after Gold and Silver, right?
Yeah, it's Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald.
I'm only gradually starting to get to an encyclopedic knowledge of Pokemon as Dave does his Pokemon Rose podcast series for With the Terrible Fate.
Gen
which is
3 is the
great.
GOAT.
You all
Oh,
should watch it.
I love
Or listen to
Switch.
it, rather.
It is. It's
That
the
was
best
too
one.
easy.
Okay, so I mean, while I have you both here, what makes Gen 3 so great? Tell me.
There's just incredible amounts of nostalgia.
You can say that for any Pokemon.
No,
game.
no, I don't know. I like this. I think there's music is amazing.
Okay.
It's one of the first ones where they kind of towed the line pretty well between like keeping the formula very similar to what they had already kind of established and done really well, but then also kind of doing a lot, like trying to do some new things by having, there's like 2 teams, there's like Magma and Aqua, and they're all doing like fucked up shit, and also Emerald was just a really interesting story that kind of brought it together with some kind of like director's cut.
That's interesting. So, I mean, I think you all know my knowledge of Pokemon is much more peripheral, but one of the things that Dan has been saying in his podcast series too is how like one of the things that has made the overall series work really well for him is that as they've added new generations, they've always kind of tried to have things that add more to the world of storytelling in a way that makes sense but expands upon it. But like,
Yeah.
with Gold and Silver, it was like not doing a rehash of Red and Blue, but like, what does it mean to have a sequel, and how can we like expand the world through a new region while also like creating a post game that gives you a new perspective into the region you already know. So
Yeah.
it's neat to think about how they continue to expand that even in Gen 3 and beyond.
It's also an incredibly, I don't know, there's something about the environments that I really like. It's just really, really well made game. People were pretty critical of it because everyone just said it's like water simulator.
A water simulator?
So,
What does
well,
that
because
mean?
there's just so much more surfing, and they added this whole thing where you dive under the water and there's an underwater world areas and stuff, and people are like, too much water. I don't want water. And I was like, it was kind of cool. I really liked it. It was good.
I think as I've gotten older, I've gotten more appreciative of especially the game series that I love trying new things and just being a little bit less bitter about that. Because I think as a kid, it is easy to be like, oh man, they changed the formula of this thing that I already enjoyed. Like, that's frustrating to me. But it is like, I think, you know, if you approach it with the right attitude, it can add a lot of just, you know, nuance and a new layer to it, right? It's not like it robs the previous thing of its value. It just gives you a new lens through which to experience and enjoy it.
There's also just kind of like a thing with, I don't know, it kind of depends on what you want out of a Pokemon game. There's some kind of like nice purity in like the kind of original like couple generations, like 1 through 4-ish, where just it's very streamlined. Like the gameplay is exactly what you would want from a Pokemon game. The story is like there. It's enough for there to be some environment there that you can get invested in. Very, very memorable, like music and everything. And Gen 3 kind of felt like the culmination of that style, I think, for at least for me, and I think for a lot of other people.
Which is interesting too, because it kind of shows in that spirit, even in a really long-running Pokemon series, or series of stories rather, like Pokemon, that is still continuing to this day. They can do like smaller, more digestible like sequences of stories, like a kind of trilogy. If you're thinking about Gen 3 as the culmination of what they were doing in Red through Sapphire, Ruby, and Emerald.
It was nice, yeah. Also, too many Pokemon.
Too many
Later
Pokemon.
gens is too many Pokemon.
Hard to keep track of them all. I definitely find myself getting info overload with some of the Pokedexes these days.
But I'm also hypocritical because I look at the new games and I'm like, an ice cream cone? That just makes no fucking sense. But then I'm like, literally, other ones, they're just like, a bear.
Right.
Which means that she must be at Solum's altar.
That's the Centurion of Earth.
Well, nevertheless, we're taking Tenitris' core, right?
We were talking about Gen 5 earlier.
That was Black and White.
I think this was Black and White, yeah.
Black and White
Come on,
Smudge.
Marta, what's wrong? Hurry up and hatch the core.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about the storytelling of that as
What's the
standing apart.
matter? Are you still mad at me?
Yes.
I mean, you opened a door to darkness and threw 2 people through it, so yeah, it's gonna take a while to get over.
Look out!
Oh, now he saved her. Oh
my God.
Shit. Are we gonna have to fight this guy?
I'm gonna go with yes.
Okay.
What's that?
It looks like the monster.
No,
was
that
made
is
by
super
Tenitris'
not bold.
core.
We have no choice. We have to get rid of it.
It does look like Windmaster though, so I wonder if that's a connecting line, Smudge. That would be an interesting.
Alright, I'm gonna boost your defense. Oh, I pressed the wrong thing again. How do I cancel an action?
Dog, I heard you like bats, by the way, so we gave you a bunch of them in this boss fight.
Do you want more bats?
Give me as many bats as you have.
Oh god, okay, get out of there. I was trying to enhance your defense at first.
It's alright, we have a mystic art to even the odds.
I think I'm just running away, standing in the corner and be like, I'm gonna heal you.
Welcome to Marta.
Nice. Fuck this bat. In particular.
We will have 1 fewer bat to deal with.
Hey, you know what? Holy shit. Just the laugh as he's beating the fuck out of this singular bat. It's
oh my god, it survived! That's ridiculous.
God damn it, I'm trying to heal you, you dipshit.
Well, yeah, but I need you to actually bring me back to life before you can heal me, so I have priorities.
Alright. Can everyone stop almost dying? And then someone just died.
Oh my god, not our demon. I'm gonna co-opt your character again.
Okay, bring him back.
Thankfully, we already have another Mystic Art, so I can trigger it. Oh my god, why is... Oh, because I'm low on TP.
Oh, I see.
Annoyed.
You've used too much arts.
That's my choice.
That's my choice. Cue laugh.
See, we can live VA like half of this.
Why are you doing it again? It's just one bat. He was almost dead.
I'm so filled with rage. Marta's mad at me, and I was only trying to help, and I have to take it out on everything in sight.
He had like maybe 100 like HP left.
He gets
in him.
what he fucking deserves.
This is the final straw. 10,000 damage. Jesus. Wombo combo.
Did the job.
And then this thing just comes over and just gives us the smack. Why does this bat do so much goddamn damage?
It absorbed all of the energy from the Centurion's core. Or something, probably.
I'm gonna heal you. Consider yourself healed.
Thank you.
I'm gonna heal one of the demons. Oh, well, someone already healed him. I'm healing myself. And then I think it's this to give you. I'm gonna give you the fate.
You're gonna give me more defense.
I am.
Good old-fashioned barrier.
Oh, I did it, but the guy transported his ass to me.
Alright, this time I'm gonna save the Mystic Art for the actual boss as opposed to the back. Will that make you happy?
I'm still trying to heal.
I'll end this.
I'll end this.
Now we have an appropriate use of the Mystic Art.
I'm still just reeling over the fact that you almost put us all in danger. That's because you have dad issues.
Well, I mean, it's usually what it comes down to. Oh wow, I was not. Jesus!
See that?
Yes, I was.
Talk about a death scream.
You fight, don't watch.
You fight,
Emil.
don't watch. Nice.
Ooh, our dragon, or our worm now can change class.
Sweet.
Swallow Fury! That's a classic.
Of course, you get the new skill.
Listen, I'm very good.
I thought I did a good job of keeping your dumbass alive.
You did an okay job. It's 4 out of 10.
I mean, I did let 2 of you die.
You did.
That's what you get for getting in my way.
Jesus
He's
Christ.
got issues.
This guy.
Here. Now hurry up and hatch Tenetris.
Or else.
I'll send you to the altar.
God, she looks so mad.
I'd be.
All right then. I guess we'd all better head to the Temple of Earth and save Relina. Though it's been closed off for a while due to all the shaking from the recent earthquakes. Hopefully they've reopened it by now.
That would mean returning to the Meltokio region. But before we proceed, I suggest that we talk to
It was
Director
processing
Schneider.
information to decide what was going to happen next in the story. Well, no, because that was one of the...
Oh, is that true? Oh, wait, what?
You know, when I was talking about, like, avoiding being hit by lightning.
It was that
Because
actually part of it?
If we were hit by
Sorry,
lightning,
alright.
something else would have happened there.
So now will you stop ignoring me?
He's got so much angst.
No easier way to get over your schoolgirl crush for a guy than for him to treat you like absolute trash.
And now he's regretful. He's like, take me back.
Look, you want me to say it? I'll say it. My bad. So are we good?
I'm sorry.
But are we good?
I won't send one of your friends into another dimension again.
I'll ask you first, okay?
It's the cores thereafter. I doubt they'd harm a woman who has nothing to do with all this.
You're worrying over nothing.
Sheena, Regal, Tenebrae, let's get going.
Hey, Marta!
We make it a rule not to speak to insensitive creeps.
What are you talking about? Damn it!
Man, she is so over him.
She really is.
Oh, there's another skid, I think. Oh! There it is.
Hey, Marta! About that monster.
Sheena, I'm starving, aren't you? Yeah, I guess.
Marta, are you listening? Hey!
Tenebrae, are you picking up anything about Relina's whereabouts?
I'm afraid that is impossible. She would need to have a connection to Lord Ratatosk.
Come on, Marta!
Regal, we should really be getting back to see Director Schneider, right?
Yes.
Damn it! Enough is enough!
Excellent. Alright, well, I think that's a good moment.
We
at
like
which to
really
wrap up
reached
our
the
journey.
perfect end
Yeah,
point there.
right around time. It's amazing. I don't know whether they like designed the play sequences of these games
In
to
3
be
hours.
Well, yeah, because I mean, I'm amazed at how frequently that happens. But yes, a nice moment at which to wrap up this fine Friday night Cinco de Mayo stream.
I've had a lot of fun.
Yeah, you enjoyed it?
Of course I did.
Good. And hopefully, you know, maybe it can be a little gateway into JRPGs for you, because I feel like they do, you know, offer a lot of the kind of stuff that you enjoy between gameplay and the
I will
kinds
say
of
one
stories
thing.
that you're
This
into.
game, like, how old is this game?
It's 2008.
Jeez, it does not feel like as dated as it physically is.
Yeah, I think some of the graphics feel a little older to me, but I think in terms of a lot of the other stuff, it has stayed pretty
Thematically, it
contemporary.
like plays pretty well. It doesn't feel super clunky, at least from the limited amount of gameplay I've done. and it does hit on themes that are still relevant socially today.
If not more so today.
Probably
honestly,
more so.
Right? I think that's, a great observation.
Be safe out there.
Yeah, it definitely plays well. It's a good observation, Smidge. Well, as always, thank you all for joining us. Matt, my brother, thank you for coming on the stream. This was a great addition to Tales of Praxis for a great Friday evening. That's one of the reasons it's so fun to revisit all the games as we're doing in this series, because so many of them have aged in really thoughtful and interesting ways.
And now I'm invested.
Yeah, so there you go. And maybe we'll have more occasion to do more of these in the future. Who knows? Who knows what the
Let's
future
hop on a
holds.
Discord call.
Absolutely.
And just give commentary, and everyone will ask me to please stop.
No. If anything, I would ask you to speak up even more. But yes, look forward to many more adventures through these games with many more permutations of the thoughtful gamers of With a Terrible Fate. We will maybe be back on Monday, because this gentleman is actually flying out on Monday evening, so I may or may not be able to do the stream based on the timing, but check With a Terrible Fate
guys.
social. You're worth it either way. At a minimum, we'll be back on Wednesday, but we might be back on Monday. Same time as always, 7 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for joining us. Love adventuring through these great stories with you. It really adds a whole other dimension, and a worthy dimension to JRPGs that center so much on party-based adventures. To do it with a real-life party, whether it's amazing IRL people such as Matt, or the awesome people in the chat and everyone watching, such as Smidge and everyone else.
It's nice to talk to everyone.
Yes, thank you all. Have a happy Cinco de Mayo. I hope you game well over the weekend, have some great adventures, and I'll see you back here next week. Don't be late.
Have a nice weekend.
Cheers, everybody.